Ernie Johnson in our Atlanta studio had a great finish in the Phoenix-Utah game. How about the finish at Market Square? The score is actually 101-99. Indiana with the lead. 5.1 to play. Detroit to inbound. And the hero will be Lindsey Hunter. A three-pointer off glass to win it at the buzz. Detroit beats Indiana after losing earlier this week in another close game. That was on TBS. The Pistons celebrate as they win 102-101. Rick Smits, 35 points, but he missed one free throw on the night. That opened the door for the Pistons to win it, and they take it by a digit. Coming up, the Lakers home at the Forum against the Timberwolves, Game 2 of our doubleheader.
They're some of our favorite people, the millions of AutoZone customers who change their own oil. They're the kind of folks who believe that taking care of their car and saving money go hand in hand. And while we admire their willingness to tackle a dirty job, most of all, we thank them for bringing their used oil back to us. After all, used motor oil should be recycled, and that's one job we simply can't do alone.
Now that is a sweet investment.
You have a retirement plan?
Oh, sure. Invest, get rich, retire at 45.
Well, I'm 58.
Huh? Oh, your retirement plan.
Who's looking out for your investments? E-Trade, the #1 rated place to invest online. Open your no-fee, no-minimum IRA by April 15th for a $19.98 contribution. Call 1-800-E-TRADE-1 or go now to etrade.com.
Mark, now listen, you're 37 years old.
37 and a half.
Mark, you're an adult. It's time to chip in around here.
Grandma doesn't pay to live here.
Grandma's 93.
Well, there you go. What about Larry?
Harry's a dog.
Okay, and I'm a kid, and kids should stay for free and eat for free.
What does this look like, a Holiday Inn?
Kids always stay free, and now they eat every meal free at today's Holiday Inn.
We started this business with a green thumb, a vivid imagination,
and a lot of hard work.
But before long, I could see we needed help, financial help.
So I called American Express Small Business Services.
They helped us with equipment financing so we could keep on growing.
And with the corporate card, we finally got a handle on expenses.
1-800-SUCCESS was the best call we ever made.
With American Express, we've learned what it's like to have a partner you can count on.
And a brother.
The NBA on TNT, brought to you by Brewery Fresh Budweiser, the official beer sponsor of the NBA. By the more than 2,700 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. By 10-10-345, the simple way to save on long distance. And by E-Trade, the #1 rated online broker.
Welcome back to Southern California for the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight. Terrell Brandon is out. Bobby Jackson makes the start. Malik Sealy is hale and hearty, and he's back at the 2 with Garnett, Garrett, and Sam Mitchell. Joe Smith is back in Virginia with his family, his father's funeral yesterday. Harper and Bryant in the backcourt for the Los Angeles Lakers with Rice, O'Neal, and Dennis Rodman for L.A. Our referees tonight include Dick Bavetta, Derek Stafford, and Jim Kinsey.
Big issue tonight. Can Minnesota stay out of foul trouble? And by that we mean Kevin Garnett and Garrett. They have to put in major minutes. And also, can they control tempo of this game?
Flip Saunders told us earlier today, Hubie, that defense will be paramount for his team.
Well, you know, you always like to, if you can turn them over, get second shots, and then milk the clock and hit your shots, you're going to be okay. But you still have to stop that.
So here's Bobby Jackson on top. Sealy throws down to Garnett, who will cover Rodman, and Rodman covering Garnett. Just the single coverage right now. Kicks it back out to Jackson. Two-man game with Kevin. Shot clock at 3, and Garnett can't hit it. O'Neal gets his first rebound.
Yeah, they played him well that time, mainly because I think he was nervous about Shaq coming on the double team. He must challenge that all through this game tonight, because that will open up Garrett for the jump shot.
Here comes Rice, guarded by Mitchell, hounded by Jackson, into Shaq, doubled, and Seeley strips him of the ball. And a 3-second violation called on O'Neal inside the lane. Even when O'Neal isn't guarding someone, the window dressing still pays dividends.
No, I like that a lot. Yeah, that's a very astute observation. You can see Flip, you know, he's going to be working hard tonight because he's short of people. He's short of quality guys. When you take Brandon and Smith out of that starting lineup, you're talking about 2 key performers.
Jackson hounded by Harper. A short screen by Garnett brings Rodman out. Kevin Garnett, who had a horrible night shooting last night against the Clippers, missing there. And here comes Bryant the other way.
Yeah, that was good execution.
Kobe Bryant with the miss. Garnett fetches it inside.
Big thing tonight, you have to be careful about your fast break opportunities. Take them when they're there, but don't force.
Dean Garrett, who makes the start at center tonight. He's been coming off the bench, but it's a nice shot wide open on the baseline.
Well, he makes that, as you know, Kevin. Right now we have a 20-second timeout. Excellent defense on the score. The full court pressure. Garnett on Rodman, and then Bobby Jackson taking away the outlet to the point guard.
And there you see Kurt Rambis, who since taking over for Del Harris is 17 up and 7 down, as we bring in the third member of our crew, Cheryl Miller.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. Well, it seems that lately the T-Wolves have been experiencing an injury epidemic. You already mentioned Joe Smith at his father's funeral, but Anthony Peeler, who hasn't played since the middle of March because of a strained calf, they thought he would not return the rest of the season. Got some good news from the doctor. Looks like he may see some action. And you have Terrell Brandon, of course, with the contusion in his thigh, expected to return next Wednesday against San Antonio.
Thank you, Cheryl. You know, Hubie, injuries have meant several role players have gained confidence because of increased playing time.
Oh, that always helps when you have a young team. And this team, sure, they have a couple of older guys, but basically you're giving them invaluable experience.
37-year-old Derek Harper outside. And Glenn Rice acquired in a midseason trade from Charlotte. Rebound by Jackson. Here comes Minnesota again. Lakers still have not scored, and from the field it started 0 of 2. This by Seeley, the rebound by Garrett.
We're talking about a team that gets 16 offensive rebounds. Now, when they played in Minnesota, Minnesota had 20 offensive boards.
Great pass by Seeley, and Garrett has got 4.
Oh, I like Garrett in this type of action because Shaq is always looking to help out.
Over Seeley, Bryant throws into Shaq, and it's tough to guard him when he's that close in.
Well, anytime you front him, Kevin, the guy who's playing the passer must jam him and do a better job. You cannot allow him to make an uncontested lob pass.
But they're going to try to position O'Neal on one side of the lane as opposed to the other tonight.
Well, on the right side, they feel they don't need to trap him. On the left side, you know you have to trap him.
Jackson pops one, rebounded inside by Rodman.
Main thing tonight for Minnesota defensively, try not to give up the fast break layups. Keep them in a perimeter game outside of Shaq.
Control that tempo like you were talking about. A double Shaq on the left block. Here comes Rice. Gets it by Mitchell with the pass to Shaq. Doubling again. He goes to his right. And the rebound yanked down by Rodman. Outside to Harper. Thought about 3. Bumping into Jackson.
To Garnett, you've got to pay attention tonight to Dennis. You cannot allow Rodman to hurt you on the offensive boards.
Bryant, and there's a single coverage on O'Neal on the right block, and it paid off right there.
Sure, he made him go up over the top. As long as you do not give him the dunk, you've done a good job.
Mr. Tate did that the other night for Utah.
Yes, he did. And Shaq had a great night, except one thing. He didn't shoot over 55%.
For this team to win, O'Neal needs to shoot well as a double-team Garnett with 4 to shoot. Feeds outside to Jackson by Kobe. Lunging inside. Rebound by O'Neal. 2-on-1. The pump fake. What a play by Harper. What a fake.
Yeah, that was a beautiful fake. Main thing right there, Kevin, is once Jackson went down inside, if he doesn't hit the shot, he's still got to get back.
Outside to Sam Mitchell. Garnett brings Rodman out. O'Neal by himself in the lane. You can see as Garrett shifts over to the baseline. Rebound is caught by Mitchell. Another offensive rebound for Minnesota.
Well, that's what keeps you around. The big thing right now is Jackson is getting a lot of opportunities. Just got to relax.
Little isolation now. Garnett on Rodman, who will throw you in every way he can. Another rebound by Shaq. Look at him count! 4 rebounds for the big fella who takes it to the other end and flips it out to Rice. Under 8 to play here in the first quarter. Double teaming again on that left block. Out to Rice for 3. Off the rim and out of bounds and off Los Angeles.
Now in the early going, Minnesota getting very good high percentage shots. That's a bonus. At the other end, they're doing a nice job in forcing LA into jump shots, and they're doing an excellent job on the double team.
Minnesota 2 of 9 starting this game. The Lakers are 2 of 7. Harper again is on Jackson. Jackson in his second year came in a trade with Denver. He started 53 games last season. Mitchell over Rice, who got caught up in traffic, and an open shot for Mitchell.
Well, I like Sam Mitchell. He's a proven scorer, but you know you'd rather have him coming off the bench because he ignites your second unit. Big thing right now is Bobby Jackson's got to understand that his game has got to be 15 to 17 feet. He cannot force the perimeter shots because he is a low percentage shooter.
And he hasn't hit one so far as Garnett swats that one away. O'Neal cleans it up inside the lane.
Well, this is a game where Shaq could get 35, and you could still be doing a great job on it.
Mitchell has started 2 of 2 for the Timberwolves. Here comes Bryant the other way. Wolves back on defense well. Outside to Rice. And a two-point shot, which he fans on. And out of bounds, it goes off Los Angeles.
Now, Kevin, I've never seen Rice miss 3 shots in one quarter as badly as he's missed 3 in this quarter.
He struggled the other night against Utah.
Yeah, here's the big fella. Big fella, that's his pet shot. You're not going to block it. He's 7 foot, 330.
Jason Williams, who at times is taking over the game, and right now is one of those times.
Bounce pass, drives the baseline, reverse layup, good! I'll bring out the highlight film now. Put his name on the marquee.
What a day. I get fired on national TV.
It could be worse.
How could it possibly be worse, Frank?
I think it just got worse.
And now, Budweiser's replacement for Louis the Lizard.
No.
The Ferret.
This is not going to be good for my blood pressure.
He's good.
Don't encourage him, Frank.
Oh, thanks. Where'd you get the club? Accounting. Accounting gave you a club?
Yeah, I made him a deal.
Deal?
Whenever my cell bills are half as much as yours, they give me a club.
Aren't you on the phone all the time?
Yeah, but I have Nextel. My calls are rounded to the second. I pay less.
That's not fair. I want to be rounded to the second. I want clubs.
Where till I get my putter?
Giving you a putter?
Nextel's 1 second rounding makes ordinary cell phones seem ordinary.
Universal Studios TNT and the Superstation wants you to go one-on-one with an NBA Power player. Visit Best Buy today to enter the Play with Power sweepstakes. Then watch the NBA playoffs on TNT and the Superstation and experience the Mummy in theaters May 7th.
Off the double team. Price is open for 3. No good. Offensive rebound, Harrington. He can't bang it home, but he gets another opportunity. Knocked up in the air. Dickerson for the ball. And a jump ball called with Murdoch.
Now, I would like to show you bad court balance, defensive transition. Now, Jackson is going to take a shot here. His man is behind him, and he's going to take off. This man here, Rice, is going to take off down here. They only have 1 defender running back. You never, ever fake and allow a layup. Now, just watch this now. As you kick out, here's a 2-on-1. Always make the dribbler pick up his dribble so that you don't look foolish in that situation. If you cut him off and force him to make a pass, you have a chance at a turnover.
Well, he is better than they had hoped, and he was really the second guy because they initially made the offer to Kevin Johnson, but he said he wanted more time. They signed Harper instead, and he's paid great dividends for this team. Jackson knocks one in from outside, defended by Harper.
Now, we can see the opportunities for Jackson are coming easily. Why? Because the defensive game plan by the Lakers is let him go and let him take the shot. Well, if he'll just relax and take that medium shot.
Harper with the miss. Harper inside. Sealy jousting with Bryant, who comes up with it. And Kobe with the cross court to Rice, putting up a 3.
It's always a dagger, Kevin. Anytime that you mishandle and you have a chance for something easy in this leg, they make you pay immediately.
Rice hits his first. He's 1 of 5. And the Lakers down by a point. Mitchell hit his first 2, defended by Rice and doubled by Harper and out to Jackson. O'Neal is guarding Garrett. He also a former Nugget. Sealy inside.
Nice.
And they go up again with the great play inside by Kevin Garnett. He'll go to the free throw line.
The Lakers are a very poor defensive team off the dribble. By that I mean, well, a lot of teams are, except the other teams rotate and trap the guy who's dribbling. The Lakers are late with their traps. They allow you to get in the paint, and then once you're in that tight, you can make another pass for a score.
In fact, at the 2 and 3 positions for the Lakers, you see other scores from around the league. At the 2 and 3 positions for Los Angeles, maybe the 2 weakest spots.
Well, they are definitely off the dribble, no doubt about it. Now, is it because of athleticism? No. It comes down to concentration and discipline and getting the job done.
5.5 to play in the first quarter. Here's Bryant out to Rice. Launching it 3 again. 2 in a row for Rice.
Now, you can double team, but the guy who's rotating to Rice has got to understand, I've got to get to him and force him to dribble the ball. I can't get to him and give him the wide open 3.
And now he's feeling it. We've been tied at 4, 6, and now 12. Kevin Garnett answers at the other end.
Well, Kevin right now can wear out Rodman. In Rodman's last 2 games, Malone was 12 for 12 and Webber was 9 for 9.
And that time O'Neal just slipped by everybody and puts it down.
My point is that right now Dennis Rodman is getting annihilated by power forwards in this league. And Garnett's got to understand he can shoot over the top of him at will.
Sealy gets by Rice, goes across the lane and threw it away. Picked up by Harper. Another Minnesota turnover. Harper through traffic, out to Bryant, working into Garnett, and now Sealy.
Oh, good defense.
And out of bounds off Los Angeles.
Yeah, I like that call. That was good hands by Sealy. The ball came down, and from our angle, it looked like it definitely went off of Bryant. Now keep an eye here. Now you're going to see Sealy right there. He gets a little bit of it, and it goes off his right leg, the back of his leg, right out of bounds.
Grant Fisher is now in at the point. Harper's on the bench. Harper playing a lot of minutes this year. Mitchell over Rice. Knocks it down again. Sam Mitchell has got 6 points and has started 3 of 3.
Kevin, they're hurting them from the opposite side. When they run something on one side of the floor, as long as Minnesota continues to flash into the lane, that's where they're really getting shots.
Great crossover by Bryant, but can't convert. O'Neal is there with his 6th rebound and doubled again in the left block. Back out to Kobe with a stutter step, and he flies inside for 2. What a play.
Well, we know that Kobe Bryant has all types of shots. He shoots the 3, but at a low percentage. But off the dribble, because of his size, 6'8" and long arms, he can get a high percentage shot.
5th tie, now at 16. Mitchell, look how open he is. And he misses. His first miss tonight. Rebound, the 7th by O'Neal. Rice the other way, torn away by Jackson. I think Rice just dropped the ball.
Oh, look up there now. Somebody's wide open.
And Garnett over O'Neal as Rice fell on defense. And Garnett's got 6 points.
Now, do you like this type of a tempo for Minnesota?
Nice.
As long as the shots keep going.
Exactly. And O'Neal does his spinning work inside.
The problem is when you play up tempo like this with the Lakers, we know that they can put up numbers in a hurry.
Make sure you got the oxygen. Mitchell again, Rice on him. Bryant will guard Sealy. Caught by O'Neal. Quick outlet will overshoot Bryant, who can't save it, then goes flying into his own bench. And a timeout is taken.
Kevin, we've played 9 minutes. Think of how few foul shot attempts in this game up until now. So you know that we're playing tag on defense.
It's a race. 1 shot already. Timeout.
After the movie, we'll go to McDonald's.
Did somebody say McDonald's?
I could go for a Big Mac.
And some McDonald's fries.
McDonald's. Did somebody say McDonald's?
The Masters returns, and CNNSI.com takes you inside the ropes with the Augusta Chronicle. We've got live leaderboards, video clips, and player scorecards, plus a virtual reality tour that takes you hole by hole. Log on to CNNSI.com, the ultimate address for sports.
Homeowners, if your lawn is too big for an ordinary walk-behind mower and you'd rather walk than ride, call now for your free catalog all about the revolutionary DR46 all-terrain lawnmower. This pro-style DR mows an amazing 46 inches wide and has big power-driven wheels and front-mounted casters for easy turning and maneuvering. With 4 speeds, you can mow wide-open areas fast or slow down for precision trimming. There's even power reverse for backing out of tight spots. The DR has the power to mow tall grass and can mow slopes and wet areas where you'd never take a rider. So if you're tired of spending all day mowing and you'd rather not sit down on the job, call now for all the facts about the DR46 lawnmower. Call toll-free 1-800-319-6464 for your big free package all about the DR46 all-terrain lawnmower, plus special savings now in effect. That's 1-800-319-6464 for free DR details.
Tied here at 18, coming up on Turner Sports. NBA action continues Monday night at 8 o'clock on TBS. The Rockets travel to Minnesota to take on the Timberwolves. And on Tuesday night, it's a doubleheader on TNT. Game 1, see the Lakers take on Portland, followed by the Utah Jazz, winning tonight in dramatic fashion over Phoenix, and taking on the Sacramento Kings. It all starts at 8 o'clock Eastern Time, coming up this week on Turner Sports.
Now you can see the big fella's really working here this evening. He has 8 points and 8 rebounds instead of double and triple teaming where they're making him pass out of the first catch.
J.R. Reed is in. Rick Fox has come in the game. Rodman is on Garnett. We've seen that since the opening bell as Kevin takes Rodman into the lane. Rebound by Reed off his hands, and a whistle and a foul called inside.
Anytime tonight, Kevin, that Garnett catches the ball down inside in a post-up situation, they have to continue to send cutters through, because up until now it's been very successful off of screen and rolls. So why not continue that off of post-ups, make the Lakers rotate so that they cannot double team Garnett.
Garnett is a very nice passer as well.
Oh, he's totally unselfish.
With Marbury, he's had to assume even more point guard-like skills with his passing. Bryant locates Reed. Good ball rotation. Fisher to Fox, who now comes off the bench. Shot clock at 3. Garnett challenges inside and wins it there.
Well, I like that. That was just excellent help by Garnett.
Jackson through traffic. Out to Garnett. Reed is late with his defense. Rebounded inside. Mitchell got a tap. Fox comes up with it. Rodman collects it. Down court is Reed. Bryant launching a 3. This is the first lead by the Lakers tonight.
This is the only weakness in his game from an offensive standpoint. That's his 18th 3 of the year. He's only shooting about 26% from that area, but we know that he's not bashful.
No,
not at all.
And Jackson dribbles off his foot but retains it. Shot clock at 7. Here's Garnett against Bryant. They switch defensively. Rodman vacuums up the rebound. Here comes Kobe the other way. What a pass. Looking for Fox with the reverse.
Yeah, you have to be careful now. See what's happening. The more that we're moving along. See, Flips is telling the point guard, Jackson, slow down, slow down. We need a slower tempo right now. Because every time we're shooting and missing, we're not getting the second shots now, and the Lakers are on the break.
Garnett on top. Guarded by Rice. And down they go to Garrett. Screen by Garnett, knocked out Bryant, affording Mitchell some room, and Mitchell has started 4 of 5.
Yeah, well, I like it because, he's done a good job on Rice, and then also he's doing a good job on Fox right now. He's opening up. That's it. Slow it down. Take advantage of yourself. You're getting high percentage shots with your movement.
Hockey Jackson, who played at the University of Minnesota, gives to Mitchell. He flies inside for 2. Mitchell shooting outside, setting up his slashing move there.
He's excited because you're doing this game tonight. That's all. That's what he told me. All right? You, the voice of the Timberwolves all those years. Okay, come on.
I saw the losses.
Yeah, but then you saw it change.
Yeah, and that's the best part of it.
Yeah.
Watching that team go from nothing to something. Fisher with a 3. He's coming off a 13-point performance at Sacramento. Final seconds of the first quarter here from Inglewood. Jackson penetrated. Tapped up by Garnett. Rebounded by Rodman. The first quarter belongs to Los Angeles. One time, they're up by 5. They go to the second, leading by 1. 23-22.
TNT presents a story about taking on the mob, saving those you love, and running out of time. From the writer of Saving Private Ryan. Get out of the house. Treat Williams. Kim Cattrall.
I'm staying here with you.
I've got to distract him. Finish it.
Hold it! Hold it!
36 Hours to Die. See it for the first time anywhere. Sunday night at 8, only on TNT. The best movie studio on television.
You know what I call this? Dancing. No, it's the collect call with 1-800-CALLATT. It's easy. You just dial right down the center of the phone. CALLATT. I got super freaking moves.
Dance to it, just don't quit. Move that body, girl. You be the ultimate. Put your hands in the sky and do that dance. Show strong.
Excuse me?
Dial 1-800-CALL-ATT for guaranteed cheap collect calls. That's right. Feel it in your center.
Who can solve this? Mr. Montez.
Last Saturday in the Army Reserve, I linked up 40 tanks, 60 Humvees, and 7,000 troops. On Monday, class was no sweat.
Not bad, Mr. Montez.
As little as 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year. Army Reserve.
Slam dunk. What a Nestle Crunch. I can do that.
Grant, look what I got.
It's crunch time. Give me that crunch bar.
I knew you could do it.
Nah, you didn't think I could do it.
Yeah, I did.
These are the biggest blockbusters of all time. And they've all
Well, tomorrow night on TNT, see one of the best Star Trek adventures ever. Watch William Shatner in Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Ooh, that's your favorite, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Tomorrow night at 11 on TNT. Monster Vision hosted by Joe Bob Briggs. And you see the tribulations for the Timberwolves this year.
Yeah, you can see it. And I like what Flip Saunders said to us today. We had the Marbury team, the trade. Then we had the Brandon team. Now we have the Bobby Jackson team. And then you add 20 different players that you've had to manipulate. It's been difficult, but a great tribute to my horses, the guys who are doing it night in and night out. And that's why we said at the top, Garnett, not only an all-star year, but an all-NBA selection type of the season.
Flip has done a great job coaching as the pass from Fisher flies out of bounds. They're 20-14, the Timberwolves are, and they're still very much alive with the team that has been fooled with more times than any other team in the league this year. Dennis Scott is in the game. Tom Hammonds is in. He drives across the lane into J.R. Reed, and Reed defends it well. Robert Horry is out there with Reed. Fisher and Rice. Fox is down underneath the basket. Fisher with the spin on Hollywood Robinson. On the rebound, reeled in by Robinson.
Well, you got to give it up. You got to give it up now.
And to Hammonds, he gave it up well, and crashing inside into Reed, and a foul called on J.R. Reed, who came in that trade, which sent Eddie Jones out to Charlotte. Delvin Kemp.
Well, you know, you look at it and you tell guys when you're dribbling basketball, will you please pass the ball up ahead? Because if you pass the ball up ahead to the open guy, the defense has to move. While you're dribbling, all the defense has to do is get back into the middle of the floor and make up the ground. If he would have given him the ball earlier, you had a potential layup.
Here's Tommy Hammonds, who has played around the NBA, Washington, Charlotte, Denver, second season with Minnesota, and they say he is the best player off the bench for the team.
Well, you like Tommy Hammonds because he knows his role. He comes out and plays extremely hard every night. He can play a power forward or even a backup center against second unit players because he's a tough dude.
He says now he's in his basketball rhythm. He said he probably more than anybody on this team missed training camp.
Right now, this is a 2-1-2, three-quarter court trap. You got to like it. See, they caught the Lakers sleeping that time, but that's because we've had so many foul shot attempts. They haven't been able to get into it.
Total of 2.
Yeah, there you go.
Here's Dennis Scott, who was cut earlier in this season by the New York Knicks. Robinson out to Andre Patterson out of Indiana, a rookie. And he misses it right there, picked up by Fisher. And he began the season as a starter to Derek Fisher. Now on the bench. Bad looking pass there, retrieved by Rice. Working on Mitchell.
So you got to make Rice put it down. That's good. That's all right. Main thing is, though, when you make him put him down, try to get him to go to his left. You jam him so that he cannot take the three from that position and force him to dribble with his left hand.
Rice has 8 as Hammonds has the ball jarred free by J.R. Reed.
Yeah, that's a good call. You see, anytime that a guy makes a catch, he has the right to land on the floor. You cannot take away his landing space by looking for a potential foul.
Here's Robinson, who began the season with the Los Angeles Clippers in his second stint now with the Timberwolves, and he's floated around the NBA quite a bit, but a good outside shooter as Hammonds gets the feed and over Ori connects.
Anytime that you're catching the Lakers trapping way out high, they're using it off a small forward or a power forward. You rotate the ball to the middle of the floor, now you attack. And up until now, they're getting nice percentage shots.
Lakers led by 5. Now we're tied, and here comes Reed, fouled by Hammonds at the other end. That's the first on Tom Hammonds.
Well, J.R. Reed at Charlotte was averaging 15 points a game. Since he has come to the Lakers, naturally, time and shot attempts. He only is getting 5 shot attempts a game here. So, you know, it's been a frustrating year for him.
Not a lot of minutes.
That's correct. That's always hard to do.
Here's Rick Fox, a much sought-after free agent 2 years ago. With the turnaround, Ori cleans it up and slams it with the right-handed sledgehammer.
Think about this. Reed is your center, averaging 15 at Charlotte, and then your 2 forwards with this unit. Ori and Fox were starters last year here in L.A. when they won 61 games.
A little depth.
Yes, I would think so.
A little depth.
Oh,
going to need it.
Yeah, that's a good call. Now, that's a good call because Mitchell, he raised his arms because he knew he was going to get popped in the face. But, you know, you can't do that. If you're going to set the screen and you want the call, you have to take the contact.
Only the second turnover by the Timberwolves. Lakers by 2.
How to get the girl of your dreams.
If you really like this girl, she has to get to know you.
I'm over in town if you ever need anything. Milk, flour, husband.
Play the odds.
I'll raise you. Your shorts. You couldn't raise my shorts with a crane.
Find new friends.
I want to be exactly like you, boss. Oh, no, it's single white female.
Practice good hygiene.
How do we?
David Spade. Lost and Found. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, April 23rd.
A little chicken music, please. Thigh bones connected to the wing bone. Wing bones connected to the drums. Hold it, stop the music. There's no bones in my crispy strips. Just juicy white breast meat, freshly prepared. A real meal. And this crispy strips meal is just $2.99. Bones not included. At KFC, we do chicken right. No bones, no bones, no bones at all. No bones, no bones, no bones at all.
Now just stay still. Don't move. Okay, now, does it hurt when I do this?
Oh.
A possible torn meniscus. Is there any pain when I do this? Oh, all right. You've dislocated your patella. I'm gonna have to set it. Hang on.
Okay. You are an orthopedic surgeon.
No, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
We'd like to show you that controversial call. The basketball is right here. Keep an eye on Derek Fisher's forearm. Now watch as they come to set. Keep an eye on it. It hit and then it went up because Mitchell's right forearm went right into Derek Fisher. Now the referee who made the call, Dick Pavetta, had it from the rear. He had a offensive foul. And if you noticed in the background, the baseline referee had the same exact call.
9.5 to play in the half. Wolves field goal in the first 8 minutes, 8-16. Since that time, 4-13. And an outside shot as Rice is on fire.
Well, we're dealing with the third best three-point shooter in makes in the history of the NBA. Plus, we know he's on fire tonight, and it looks like they're finally going to this guy early in the first half. Finally.
He has 10 over Reed. Garnett. Garnett's got 6 points, 4 rebounds, retrieved by Hammonds, and a fresh 24 for the Timberwolves. Hammonds again into Ori. Pounded inside, and a foul called on Robert Ori.
Hey, sometimes you got to say to yourself, now who is the guy who is posting up in the post? Is he known as a back-to-the-basket postman? So I am not going to try to block his shot. I'm going to force him to shoot over the top of me. I'm going to have him make his shot before I go trying to rough him up.
Here's Tommy Hammonds out of Georgia Tech, who races cars as a second career in the offseason. Done it 3 years in a row now for the NHRA series.
How about the fact that he goes 195 to 197 miles an hour in 7 seconds? That's something I've always wanted to do. Right? Are you kidding?
Sometimes when you're watching these games, you feel you're going that fast. Bill Curley will check in.
And you know, he's 6'9", and you just put him in one of those little racing cars. I mean, I just can't believe there's a lot of room for him in case anything should happen.
He gives new meaning to the word traveling.
Yes, he does. Here's the trap again. The main thing is what you're trying to do is force a turnover, but also eat up time and get them out of their set.
Neal is back in, doubled on the left block. Rice flings it out to Fox, got the screen to Fisher for 3. Pretty play.
Yeah, it was. Maybe you got to give the Lakers a lot of credit because they made the extra pass, and that's always the key. Don't force the shot, make the extra pass.
Had a lot of extra passes in their nice win at Sacramento a couple nights ago. Something they did not do against Utah.
Oh, you're right about that. I think defense has a lot to do with that also.
Garnett dueling with O'Neal. It is off the Lakers, and Minnesota will inbound. The Lakers are shooting 48%. Timberwolves shooting 38% in this game.
Yeah, Timberwolves have got to start paying attention now because the lead is starting to move, and they have to come in with some quality shots and get to the line. Get to the line.
Robinson flies inside, rebounded by Fox. 3-on-2. Fox ahead to Fisher. O'Neal was trailing, and a bad decision by Fisher. Minnesota really kind of came back on defense and plugged up the lane. Robinson, Garnett, Hammonds, Bill Curley playing the center.
High screen and roll here.
There it is, and Robinson will fling it back over to Curley. Fox lost it inside. Garnett tried to get a hand on it. It's off Minnesota. The Lakers will come the other way. Rodman is still on the bench. O'Neal is on the floor.
Now, you and I have done a lot of games this year. You working with Doc Rivers and myself working with Dick Stockton. But I have never seen so many bad misses in one half as we're seeing tonight. Now, it's not because of the defense. Guys are wide open.
Outside he shoots. This time he flies inside as Rice has hit 5 in a row.
Once again, he's going to his right hand. Now, I know it sounds easy to take away the left hand, but it's something that you have to concentrate on when you are defending him.
Every chamber is filled tonight for Glenn Rice. He's got 12, giving the Lakers their biggest lead over the Timberwolves. Timeout.
CNN Sports Illustrated, the sports network more people are switching to. Call your cable or satellite provider.
Now that is a sweet investment.
You have a retirement plan?
Oh, sure. Invest, get rich, retire at 45.
Well, I'm 58.
Huh? Oh, your retirement plan.
Who's looking out for your investments? E-Trade, the #1 rated place to invest online. Open your no-fee, no-minimum IRA by April 15th for a $19.98 contribution. Call 1-800-E-TRADE-1 or go now to etrade.com.
Pimples, blackheads, zits. What you need is Igea Clear. It gets rid of those ugly pimples in seconds without needles. Simply touch the tip of Igea Clear to your pimple and it disappears right before your eyes. Squeezing irritates your skin and messy creams seem to take forever. But Igea Clear sends a pulse of negative ions directly into the pimple, destroying the bacteria and clearing up your skin. Just look how it got rid of Danielle's blemishes. It made a world of difference for Justin. And Igea Clear is the only thing that worked for Lisa. Now you too can have the clean, vibrant skin you've always wanted. Order now and we'll also include this special 2-step skincare system absolutely free, along with an ironclad guarantee. Order your Igea Clear now.
Call 1-800-207-6611. Order your Igea Clear for only 4 easy payments of $29.95 plus shipping. If you're not completely satisfied with Igea Clear, keep the 2-step skincare system, a $40 value, as our gift.
EJ in Atlanta, one of the great finishes of the evening at Market Square. Now disregard the scoreboard down there. It's 101-99 Indiana, so you're down 2. What do? If you're Lindsey Hunter, you shoot a 3 off glass, and you win the game 102-101. The Pacers shocked walk off the floor. The Pistons celebrating 102-101. Show me more like this? We can on the AT&T halftime report in just a bit. Back to Kevin and Newby.
All right, Ernie, thank you very much. Look at the Eastern Conference. One note on Hunter. He comes off his best week of his career scoring last week. And earlier this week, Indiana beat Detroit by a couple in Auburn Hills.
Now, Detroit is just playing great basketball. When you think of the fact when Leitner came back, they put together a beautiful string. Now Leitner is out again. But if he ever gets healthy, it's going to be a tough team to play at playoff time.
Dennis Scott picked up when Anthony Peeler went on the list. He's shooting 40% from 3. Gives him a nice outside presence.
Oh, that was a good addition, man, because you're struggling from your three-point game. And we know that the Timberwolves only get 2 a game. So by adding Robinson and Scott, you pick up 2 guys who that is a normal part of their offense. Oh, pretty. Well, Garnett just moved Rodman right out there. Rodman's a little upset because, you know, there was no call. But you know that Garnett is going to pay at the other end again. Next time they get down there, you know that.
He's going to feel it.
Yes, he is.
He's going to feel it. Here comes Harper back in the game starting.
They just switched out on a double screen that time.
Rice into O'Neal. And a whistle blown inside on Minnesota.
Now keep an eye right down in here with Rodman guarding Garnett. You're going to see him bust up. Now you're going to see the push off. And, you know, that's how strong Garnett is. Now he looks like he's very thin. But we're talking about a guy who's 7 foot. And he has good strength, wiry type of guy. And he moved Rodman easy that time.
And still growing.
He's frightening. You know, what a great all-around player he is.
Good shimmy by Shaq inside for 2. What a play. We'll go to the free throw line. This is one of Minnesota's biggest problems. Nothing with bulk inside the lane.
Yeah, well, that's true. But you can see here right now. See, anytime Shaq comes in here and gives you a little move and he catches you with the lead shoulder, that's 7 foot, 330 catching you. And then when he brings up the arm, the off arm, there's nothing you can do about that because he just freezes you.
This is Los Angeles' first free throw tonight. They're averaging 31 a game. Lakers by 5.
Stay within your knitting here right now and make him pay down inside. You got to get Garnett going.
Rodman all over Garnett.
Pretty.
Wow. Once again, he devours Rodman inside the lane.
Well, you know, Kevin, what's great about that is he just leaned right over him and just flipped that ball up. Now, that takes an awful lot of talent to do that because you have to have a touch.
Rice picked up by Hammonds. This time Rice will fly across the lane.
He just traveled.
And he did travel.
See, that's the first time that they have made him go to his left out of that right-hand corner. First time. And you were able to stay with him. Why? Because he cannot explode off the dribble. You continue to allow him to spot up and take you to the right, well, you're going to be in deep trouble.
8 Laker turnovers. Minnesota with just 2 so far is Harper hounds and fouls Robinson on the side.
Yeah, they're going to call him with a hand check. You know, I like the rule back in the 70s when hand checking was allowed and your guards can bang people around in the backcourt. At that time, if you were a point guard or a 2 guard, you really had to be able to handle a ball.
Harper has played 16 seasons. Feeds. Watches Robinson feed off to Scott. That one just sailed over everybody.
Well, they sent 2 guys on that down screen. That down screen was good, and Scott was open, but 2 defenders recovered quickly and put pressure on Scott.
Rodman out there with Shaq, Rice, Bryant, and Harper. Robinson, Curley, Garnett, Scott, and Hammonds. They double Shaq again. That has worked beautifully tonight on that left block.
Yeah, that was a terrible pass by Rice. He just threw it thinking that Shaq was open. Shaq was not open. Shaq made a great move to get to that ball. See, one thing about Shaq, yeah, he's 7 foot, he's 330, but he has quick feet, and he's a quick jumper.
He's worked to get those feet quick.
Yes, he has.
He's worked hard in the summer. Bryant with Sealy on him, doubled by Hammonds. He still makes it go. What a shot by Bryant.
That's a tough angle, but that's his shot. He goes to that spot every night. He'll take 1 or 2 shots from that difficult angle.
Robinson will fly inside. Rejected by O'Neal. Swats it back to Garnett. Shot clock at 8. Kevin with the miss. Rebound Hammonds. Nice. Around Rodman and puts it back in.
That's working. See, that's a guy that he's been around the league. He doesn't mind the body contact.
Harper on the mismatch with Garnett. Into O'Neal and a foul.
Well, that Curley must do that. If Shaq is going to post me up in the paint and I'm behind him, I've got to foul him. and make him make the, see where he is? He's in the paint. Well, it's all over. If you're not going to foul him here, you're not going to stop that shot. We're talking about the guy who leads the league in field goal percent. Foul him and make him make the foul shots.
Here's Shaq, who's 53% from the free throw line this year and for his career. And he looks like it. Turner Sports NBA action continuing Monday night, 8 o'clock, TBS. The Rockets travel to Minnesota, taking on the Timberwolves. Tuesday, a great doubleheader. Lakers against Blazers. One of 4 meetings left with these two teams. And the Jazz and Kings round out Tuesday.
We look at the players who have attempted the most foul shots in the league up until now. Iverson, Karl Malone, and Shaq all are attempted 10 per game. They're in a class by themselves. Oh, good gamble there. I tell you, Sealy, anytime that you make that reverse move on the guy, you keep it in the same hand, but you got to step out. You really got to step out. Because if you wheel and you're lackadaisical, a guy with long arms like Kobe Bryant will come around the back and get it.
Bobby Jackson again running the point. Sealy guarded by Bryant, doubled by Rice, hits it nonetheless, leaning inside.
You know, before the injury to the ankle, Kevin, I thought this was Sealy's best year in the NBA. Scoring, you know, the double figures, shooting a nice percentage, and giving them good defense.
Seems like the Timberwolves bring a lot of bad guys in and turn into effective players. The miss by Harper, the rebound by Shaq. Harper dialing long distance.
I tell you, it's the wind current in here tonight, okay? I mean, come on, we're seeing some bad misses. Bad misses.
Harper on Hammonds, he got him up. But Hammonds going to stuck his ground.
Plenty of time.
Rice into O'Neal.
Now, you see, that was a practice jump hook. Now, that jump hook is at 10 feet away. And people don't give this guy credit. He's been to the Pete Newell Big Man Camp on 3 occasions. He's worked on his game in the summertime.
Sealy to Dean Garrett. Garnett over O'Neal. Rebounded by Hammonds. Another offensive rebound.
Take it. You can see Kevin saying, I want to play team basketball. Let's run some clock. He was wide open that time.
Bobby Jackson. Rebounded by Rice. You can see this offense is truly out of sync for Minnesota.
Sure. But Kevin, we're seeing good shots. See, Bobby Jackson's just having a horrendous shooting night tonight. But as you know, since he's been in the starting position, there are very few nights that he shoots over 33%. He gets 15, 18 shots, but he only makes 5 or 6.
Shaq with the runner down the lane. Rebounded by Hammonds. Outlet to Jackson. 3-on-3. Rodman trailing defensively. Sealy for 2. Garnett staked his claim. Yeah. Robbed in the foul.
He took him down, no doubt about that.
Second foul on Dennis Rodman with 2:17 to play in the first half.
This is where I go after school. There's always someone here to give advice and encouragement, and you never know who's going to show up.
I know you're worried about that math test, but study hard and do your best, okay?
Whether shooting pool or helping with problems, having someone there for us really makes a difference.
Everyone wins when you volunteer. Team up to improve your community.
Stanley Cup was supposed to be here 3 days ago. You hear that? That's 20,000 screaming people that are going to tear me apart. You tear! Thank you very much. Goodbye. Stanley Cup! Stanley Cup!
Got an important package? Next time, send it FedEx and be absolutely sure.
What do the world's greatest snowboarders drink? The same thing as the not-so-great ones.
The NBA on TNT, brought to you by Circuit City. Answers in every department, low prices all over the store. And by Sprite. Who else could bring you this much NBA action? Obey your thirst. Sprite.
Timberwolves are down by just 4, and they're shooting 38%. Not bad. Here are the two players you were talking about at the opening of the broadcast.
Yeah, now look at Garnett. He's already had 15 attempts, and you know he really hasn't forced any shots. Shaq is very conservative, 6'9", getting to the line, doing a good job with the rebounding, taking the double teams. But Garnett has got to look at this and say, hey, I can't be worried about how many shot attempts. I've got to carry his team. I've got to make it happen. And by that I mean take it at Rodman and take him to the rim and see what you can do about getting him in foul trouble.
Kevin Garnett, the current player of the week in the NBA, the only player in the league who averaged 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. 22 years old, too. You keep thinking he's been around for a long time, but just his 4th year and just 22.
Well, he has the complete package, and by that we mean he can defend any player on the floor, which he does. Now here's that trap again. You're seeing it's like a 2-2-1. What they're doing is they're matching up right now, and they're giving you, making it look like the trap, but all they're doing is matching up with their men. But Garnett's got the package. The shooting is there, the scoring, the offensive rebounding, and then most of all the passing.
Rice has got the package too.
Yeah, you see, it's okay to double, but the guy that has to rotate to Rice, you cannot be late. You cannot be late with him.
Quick release.
Yes, it is. And forget about range. I mean, he's beyond range.
Great shot by Bobby Jackson. He needed that. Just his 2nd hit in 7 tries.
You know, no matter how we look at this, we're looking at it and we're saying, boy, it looks like the Lakers are really dominating this team. We got a 3-point game. Yeah. You know, so you really like what Minnesota's doing. They're getting a lot of stuff. If Jackson and Garnett get the offensive game together here, we could see something happen in the 2nd half.
Kickball reset the 24-second shot clock. And again, Minnesota playing without 2 starters. Terrell Brandon is injured until at least the 14th of this month, the 5-game disabled list. And then you've got Joe Smith, who has been a nice surprise for this team in Flip Saunders, taking the place of Tom Gugliotta, who bolted for Phoenix. He's not here. His father passed away, and he's back in Virginia for the funeral.
Well, when you're talking like that, what we're dealing with, you're dealing with the team's 2nd and 3rd scorers. And then one is the point guard, and then the other is the 3rd leading offensive rebounder in the league. Smith averages 4 offensive rebounds a game. And we haven't even mentioned Peeler, because Peeler has been out for so long. He's your starting 2 guard.
And he was the reason the team was flourishing down the stretch a season ago. And played so well in the playoffs. Eventually taking on Seattle in the 2nd round. Here's Derek Harper. I guess the question is, does he have enough left in his tank to take him through the rest of the regular season and into the playoffs?
Yeah, I think that the amount of minutes that Derek has had, the thing that will help Derek and all the older players once we get to the playoffs is the fact that you have a day off in between games. Fatigue is never a factor at playoff time.
Harper jousting with Jackson. Coming up at halftime, it's the AT&T Halftime Report. Join Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Ernie Johnson with scores and highlights from a busy night in the NBA. Highlighted by an interesting Utah win over Phoenix on a foul by Phoenix on Malone, who's taken a 3. Steal by Ori. Pickpockets Garnett. Knocked away by Garrett.
The threat of the shot block. Just the fact that Garnett hustled back. The threat of the shot block caused that turnover.
Kobe Bryant knocks it out of bounds. 56 seconds to play as Ori came down wrong in his foot. Kevin Garnett actually lost his shoe as Ori knocked it off when he came down. Shot clock at 9 as Jackson works on Harden. Sealy doubled and flies inside and foul. The threat of the shot block by Garnett with great defense by Kevin.
Now this is just good hands. Good hands by Ori. Excellent play. Now watch what happens. Because of the threat of the shot block, you're going to see a player leave his feet. Well, once you leave your feet, the only thing to do, you leave your feet first to shoot, never to pass.
Malik Sealy at the free throw line. Played with the Indiana Pacers, a guy who's known as a defensive player and a slasher. He's missed some games this year because of an ankle sprain. Missed 16 games earlier in the season.
Well, he's been in the league 6 years. He averages 10 points a game. He's an outstanding free throw shooter, over 80% for his career.
He's got 4 points tonight. Final half-minute ticking off here in the second quarter. Look out! Kobe Bryant up high and down hard.
Bobby Jackson tried to steal the ball from the baseline side. You never do that in this league. Now, I admit he was giving away at least 6 to 7 inches to Fox, but still enough, if you're going to do that, you should have fronted him.
Jackson flies inside. O'Neal knocks it away. Here comes Kobe behind the back to Rice. Oh, what a play!
Got to be careful here. Come on. You can't. You got to get a score here. The turnovers have taken this game from 3 to 7.
Rice with 17-11 in this second quarter. Here comes Sealy. Second remains, knocked away, and that'll end the first half. So a flourish by the Lakers to end the first half. And Glenn Rice authors a 17-point first and second quarter.
Now that was just on that break. Kobe Bryant gave you a little highlight. Wrap around dribble and brought it back and then made the pass.
Lakers by 7 at the half. We go back to Atlanta with Ernie Johnson and the Jet right after this.
A little chicken music, please. Thigh bones connected to the... Stop the music! There's no bones in my crispy strips, just juicy white meat. Get this meal for just $2.99. Bones not included.
In the battle against athlete's foot, you gotta have boom, tough actin Tinactin. Nothing stops the itching, burning, and cracking like clinically proven Tinactin antifungals. They're so tough they can even prevent athlete's foot. Get boom, tough actin Tinactin.
Friends look up to him.
I want to be exactly like you, boss. Oh, no, it's single white female.
Animals adore him.
How do we?
Neighbors depend on him.
I'll raise you your shorts. You couldn't raise my shorts with a crane.
But one woman is going to turn his world.
He was way over on the pier.
You bad dog. I should spank you.
Hey, I was way over on the pier, too.
Upside down.
Is that 8 seconds?
David Spade, Lost and Found. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, April 23rd.
Oh, he's cool.
There are many ways you can get stuck with a flat tire. But not with this tire. Even with no air pressure, you keep driving to safety. The Goodyear AquaSteel Run Flat. It could be the difference between getting stuck and getting there. Only from Goodyear.
Coliseum area in the early 90s was dilapidated building, overgrown lots, and basically it wasn't an area where you would want to be caught in. Oh, now they can't believe it's the same area. When people come in, they said, well, where these houses come from? But is this the same neighborhood? Home ownership is the main ingredient. When you own your own home, it gives you a feeling you belong. You stand for something.
We look at the neighborhood and we look at the house and we feel like we've accomplished something.
The Fannie Mae Foundation.
The AT&T Halftime Report is brought to you by AT&T. It's all within your reach.
The Lakers getting a 17-point first half out of Glenn Rice and a little showtime at the Great Western Forum. They're up by 7 over the Minnesota Timberwolves. It's the TNT nightcap on a Friday night doubleheader. Welcome to the AT&T Halftime Report along with Kenny Smith, Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. Minnesota Timberwolves a solid number 6 in the Western Conference. How good a team is this, Kenny?
Well, when they're not injured, they're a decent basketball team. You have Terrell Brandon out now for 5 games, and then you're just getting Malik Sealy back. I think once they're all together, they're a good basketball team, and the number 6 spot is not bad for them because typically they play pretty well against the San Antonio Spurs because they have a guy who can match up with Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett.
Still got a few weeks to go before we start talking about all the playoff jockeying, but it's a 50-43 Laker lead over Minnesota. Kevin Garnett has 12 for the Timberwolves. Of the 9 games on the Friday night slate, 7 are done. Philadelphia and Boston. Antoine Walker held to 6 points on 1 out of 11 from the field. The Celtics pummeled by the Sixers 83-67. So Philadelphia is number 7 in the East. The Raptors dropped to 9 because the Nets beat them 106-99. Elsewhere, the Milwaukee Bucks cannot get it done at the O-Arena. The Magic have won 6 straight. The Hornets, with a buzzer beater, beat Washington 90-88. We'll show you that in just a couple of seconds. The Knicks and the Hawks. New York goes to Atlanta and wins 86-78 and moves into the number 8 spot. Another thriller as Detroit beat Indiana. Those highlights are still to come. Seattle Supersonics and Vancouver Grizzlies. Wow, look at the Grizz up by a deuce at their place over the Seattle Supersonics, who are trying to get over 500. They go into that game 17-17. And the Utah Jazz, with Karl Malone, the hero at the line, 93-92 over the Phoenix Suns. When the AT&T halftime report rolls on, highlights from around the league, including drama at the buzz at the market. We'll be back.
A crepe de chine evening blouse. Can you say svelte?
A fabulous Scotty Bass.
What in heaven's name? Well, it's a black cotton blend with yellow buttons. It reads 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
Does anybody know where the phone is? I have to make a collect call.
Bravo!
You can win this hot little sweatshirt instantly when you complete a collect call with 1-800-CALL-ATT. It's the same bargain basement rate all the time.
We've been watching you. Every time you move, every time you bend, every time you breathe. That's how we got to be the best, most advanced sports nutrition company in the world. Twin Lab, we can't stop thinking about your body. Visit GNC today to get 20% off all Twin Lab sports nutrition and enter the Power Trip sweepstakes to win a Corvette, Harley, or thousands of other great prizes.
Sickness, the final frontier. Rice?
Got it.
Thank you. Boils. The train's coming into the station. It's just not stopping. That's the one. Anything for that? Yahtzee! See you next week.
Right now, use your card at drugstores and get double membership rewards points.
All right, Kowalski, Russo, O'Brien, the rest of you, maybe next week. Pipe down!
These twin brothers have been separated since birth.
Waiter!
And they've never met.
I'm so sorry.
Until now.
Ah!
But when the mob kidnaps one of their girlfriends...
Let's go!
They're going to show the world 2 chans.
So tell me, which one am I?
Are better than one. Jackie Chan.
Hi.
And Jackie Chan. Twin Dragons. Rated PG-13. Now playing everywhere.
Welcome back to the AT&T halftime report on a doubleheader Friday night. You talk about some games that were good to the last tick. We had a few of those tonight, including the Pistons and the Pacers. Indiana beat them at the Palace Monday on TBS by 2. Tonight, they met at Market Square Arena, and once again, this would go right down to the final buzzer. We take you to Market Square, and Rick Smits had hit 14 straight free throws. He misses that one. Still, they're up 100-99. He would hit the second one here to make it 101-99. Just disregard the box because the score goes all over the place. But it's a 2-point Indiana lead. Now, what's Detroit doing, Kenny?
Well, they definitely want to get the ball to Grant Hill. This has to be a set play because Grant is throwing the ball way before he gets into the front court. Lindsey Hunter's setting up ready and knocks it down. A great play by Alvin Gentry. Obviously a set play.
And obviously designed to go off the glass from about 30 feet out. The game winner, a 3-pointer for Lindsey Hunter, and the Pistons win it by 1. Meantime, game 1 of our doubleheader on TNT, Karl Malone with the Jazz down 2, got fouled shooting a 3.
And he was talking about how he was thinking about Chicago back at the line, and now he knocks them in. He said he worked all summer on free throws, and they paid big dividends.
He hits the first 2 to tie the game there. If he could do it one more time, he gives them the lead in the closing seconds. Danny Ainge can barely watch. Karl Malone has been great from the line, 33 out of 37 his last 3 games. He gives Utah the lead. Phoenix has one more chance. Jason Kidd just off the mark, and the Phoenix Suns fall by 1 at the Delta Center to Karl Malone and the Jazz. Meantime, Charlotte at home against the Washington Wizards. Tie game. What's happening here?
Calvin Chaney should be on the other side of the ball. Bobby Fields gets to step in and knocks in the basket, but poor defense on the Washington Wizards part. When Calvin Chaney should be on the other side of the basketball, he won't get that shot.
Fields had the open look and knocked it down, and the Hornets, still trying to keep those flickering playoff hopes alive, beat the Washington Wizards. You got to love this last-second stuff we got going on tonight.
Well, everyone's now they realize the season is now on, because if you don't play well, you won't make the playoffs down the stretch. Everyone's starting to pick up their games.
And you look at games like the Indiana game where they lose, and now they lose some more ground to Orlando as far as the best record in the Eastern Conference. Our second game of our doubleheader tonight, the Lakers at home against the Minnesota Timberwolves, and Kobe Bryant dealing to Glenn Rice, who leads them with 17 at the break.
Twin turbo to pin you to the seat. All-wheel drive to shred asphalt. Multi-link suspension to humiliate hairpins. And a trailer hitch to tow home trophies. Need for speed, high stakes. Lose the race, lose your car, call a cab.
If I was a window washer, an architect, a security guard, or a farmer, instead of a famous basketball player, would you care what I drink? Would Sprite not taste the same? Would I be doing this commercial? What do you think?
Remember when ice cream cost a dime? And your best friend and your bike were all that mattered? Well, those days are back. For a limited time, get a Yamaha V-Star from just $89 a month. It's the Yamaha Turn Back Time sales event. So see your local Yamaha dealer today. Because you won't find a deal this good anywhere else.
Yeah, I know it wasn't Kobe to Rice, it was just Kobe. After the Timberwolves and Lakers, it's Inside the NBA highlights, Kenny Smith's insights, and Cheryl Miller's talk with Kevin Garnett. Next week on Turner, Monday night on TBS, Barkley, Pippen, Olajuwon, Garnett, Houston at Minnesota, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Tuesday on TNT, a doubleheader, Lakers and Blazers, followed by the Jazz and the Kings. Friday night, single game, the Pacers and the Sixers from Philadelphia. Sunday on NBC, coverage begins at 2:30 Eastern with regional action, followed by the Sonics and the Lakers. They've played 24 minutes at the Great Western Forum. It is a 50-43 Laker lead.
The AT&T Halftime Report was brought to you by AT&T. It's all within your reach.
Now that is a sweet investment.
You have a retirement plan?
Oh, sure. Invest, get rich, retire at 45.
Well, I'm 58.
Huh? Oh, your retirement plan.
Who's looking out for your investments? E-Trade, the #1 rated place to invest online. Open your no-fee, no-minimum IRA by April 15th for a $19.98 contribution. Call 1-800-E-TRADE-1 or go now to etrade.com.
Life.
The critics agree. Nothing's as funny as life.
That's what I'm talking about.
Eddie and Martin are hilarious.
Don't no man call me soft. S-O-F-capital-T. Soft.
One of the funniest movies of the year.
That's the warden's daughter. You know who the daddy of the baby is?
4 stars. It's Eddie Murphy's masterpiece.
Go to sleep now, and I hope it's the long one.
Life.
Aha! She was paying to escape. What happened?
Rated R. Starts Friday, April 16th at theaters everywhere.
Pimples, blackheads, zits. What you need is IGEA Clear. It gets rid of those ugly pimples in seconds without needles. Simply touch the tip of IGEA Clear to your pimple and it disappears right before your eyes. Squeezing irritates your skin and messy creams seem to take forever. But IGEA Clear sends a pulse of negative ions directly into the pimple, destroying the bacteria and clearing up your skin. Just look how it got rid of Danielle's blemishes. It made a world of difference for Justin. And And IGEA Clear is the only thing that worked for Lisa. Now you too can have the clean, vibrant skin you've always wanted. Order now and we'll also include this special 2-step skincare system absolutely free, along with an ironclad guarantee. Order your IGEA Clear now.
Call 1-800-207-6611. Order your IGEA Clear for only 4 easy payments of $29.95 plus shipping. If you're not completely satisfied with IGEA Clear, keep the 2-step skincare system, a $40 value, as our gift.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any retransmission, reproduction, rebroadcast, or other use of dissemination of this telecast, or the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited.
Lakers lead by 7. They've led by as many as 7, and this is a 4-point try for Minnesota at one time. They were up early in the game, but now it's Los Angeles, and you see some of the numbers, Hubie, through the first.
Well, you can see the
quarters.
38%, you know, is difficult. The Lakers shooting at 53 is major. And then down below here, Wolves only with 3 turnovers. So it isn't like the Lakers are blowing them out. They have an opportunity.
You know, when you take a look at some of the shots they're getting, I guess, a good number of shots, and they take a lot of shots a game as it is.
Well, first, let's give the Lakers credit. They're up 7 because they made 5 threes. That's the extra point. And then Garnett's struggling. He's 5 for 15, but also Jackson and Sealy are 3 for 13. So 3 key starters are 8 for 28. Now you're saying, oh, they're having a bad night. No, they're getting good shots. Just take the same shots. But you make them and you're right in this thing.
Speaking of Kevin Garnett, our Cheryl Miller had a chance to talk to Kevin earlier today about leadership and where he fits in at a very tender age.
I think sometimes people sort of forget the fact that I'm 22. But you know what? That's good, because I feel like if they didn't have the confidence, and if they didn't have the say so in my ability, then they wouldn't really think that I can do the things that they asked me to. So I take that as, you know, as a compliment, but at the same time as a challenge.
Well, you know what really impressed me the most about Kevin Garnett is just this kid has a commitment to winning. In the offseason, which was more impressive, he sat down, broke down all the film on Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan, and he sat up there and said, this is what they do great, this is not what they do so well, and he wants to emulate their versatility. And Hubie, he really is a throwback to his work ethic and wanting to get better, and you can see the rest of this interview on Inside the NBA.
Well, the way to look at it, Cheryl, is that he really is a historian of the game. He talks with a great deal of maturity. He has outstanding work habits, and the players on the team are willing to allow him to lead because he's there every night. He does not miss games, and he plays with injuries, and he plays big.
And you see some of the scoring leaders. Garnett averages 19 shots a game. He's already taken 15 in the first half.
Well, it's there tonight mainly because Brandon's not in there, and also Joe Smith. I like to bring out that Mitchell is having an excellent half, 5 for 6. And then the guy that's on fire, Rice. You knew Shaq would have a big game because he's just overpowering players who are much smaller than him. But Rice is going at it, and they've got to do something about him at the beginning of this third quarter.
There's a look at Glenn Rice, who had some elbow surgery before the season began, and Jerry West had to make sure that elbow was okay before he pulled the trigger on the trade.
Well, you know, Kevin, the guy missed 21 games. So, and then when he came here, he was out of shape, out of playing shape, so he had to play himself into condition. So when you think about the fact that at this time he's only shooting 43 from the field, but he's shooting 38 from threes and 81 on the line, he's slowly getting there. But like in the game the other night, where the game was so tough with Utah in half court, you've got to go to him and allow him to get an early field. They did not do that the other night, but they did it this evening.
Kurt Rambis puts his team on for the second half. Rodman will be out there with Harper. Full court pressure by Minnesota.
Yeah, what they do is come down. Let's see what they can do with it. Maybe get them out of their offense a little bit. More important, take some key seconds off the shot clock.
Rice on top, picked up by Mitchell. Double team is O'Neal, so he flips it back out to Harper and then gets the miss. And Shaq back out to Rice. O'Neal has collected 11 rebounds already. Forced outside with the double team on the left block.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he did that because Dennis Rodman was wide open. Instead of Rodman backing behind the backboard, all he had to do was step to the dotted line with a restricted area. He would have increased the vision area for Shaq, and he could have made an easier pass.
Jackson, Seeley, Garnett, Mitchell, and Garrett, and Sam Mitchell clanks one there. Good offensive rebound by Garrett. Back to Mitchell with another try, and he dings it in.
Hey, come on, why not? I'm now 6 for 8 on this evening, and Sam says, look, you know, I'm right out of Mercer College, but my records are still standing.
All-time score, Kobe Bryant from outside. Sam Mitchell, one of 14 children, grew up in Georgia, played overseas, played a lot of years in the CBA, earned a spot with Bill Musselman's first Minnesota team.
His story is a beautiful story.
Knocks it down, counted for 2 and a foul.
And as you know, not only is he a hard luck story who has made it, and now everyone looks up to him, but he's in here with maturity. He's an excellent leader, and to be on a team like this, he's a major positive for Flip Saunders with all of the young players. Good work habits. He can score big. He can come off the bench and get you double figures in a short amount of time. He knows how to play.
Yeah, he's also had a lot of kids in a short amount. He's got 4 girls, he and his wife Anita, do back in Minneapolis. He's got his hands full.
No, his wife has her hands full. All right, he's an observer. Come on, will you stop it already? What are you trying to pass over here?
Here comes Kobe Bryant with a little razzle-dazzle on Seeley, and he sent him in, and Seeley is exploited. A foul called on Malik Seeley.
Well, you know, Malik has missed so many games due to the calf injury. The one night when he was in an automobile accident, he got 20 stitches in the head. He's had a knee problem. He's had a thumb problem, but he played with the thumb injury. And then when the ankle went out, you know, he missed the double-figure games, but it's nice to see him back.
Here's Harper, hounded by Jackson. Rice and Mitchell on the perimeter, into Shaq. Single coverage on the right block over Garrett. And again, he was altered on his shot. Rodman cleans it up in a fresh 24.
Yeah, that was a good offensive rebound. Strong move by Dennis.
He's got 7 rebounds. Rice inside with a slash. Picked up by Kevin Garnett. About 2 minutes gone here in the 3rd quarter. Jackson and Harper. Seeley, great screen from Garnett. Seeley can't take advantage of that. Harper with the rebound. Harper's played with the Knicks, Orlando, and a lot of years at Dallas. He was his best in the late 80s. Great feed to O'Neal. Great with defenders, and puts it up and in. Shaq squeezing one up for 2.
Hitting Shaq on the back doesn't even count. Okay? I mean, if you're going to hit Shaq, you have to grab his arms. I mean, that's your only chance. I mean, hitting him in the back, give me a break. Are you kidding? I mean, the big fella's saying, wait a second. They're letting some mosquitoes in here. He probably didn't even realize he got fouled.
He's 1 of 4 from the free throw line. It's like... here's a guy that is so big and commands such a presence inside the lane that he's hit so many times during the game he doesn't even know he's getting hit. But he has gotten a lot of abdominal problems because of the wear and tear on his body.
Oh, nice move.
Great feed by Garnett. But the defense closed the door on Jackson. Out of bounds. Good Laker defense there.
Yeah, it's a good call by you on that one. The defense did get there. But you know why, Kevin? Because Bobby Jackson stopped. If you're going to go back door and I lay it out there for you, you have to keep going.
Rice takes Mitchell down low. Timberwolves really without many options at point with Brandon out. Great feed to Shaq. Look out below. 17 for Shaq Daddy.
See, Garrett says, hey, what am I supposed to do? I stepped out to help you. That was just excellent, unselfish play by Rice, giving it right to the big fella.
Lakers have their biggest lead. Jackson to Garnett, covered by Rodman. To the bumping and grinding there. Harper comes to give a flash at defense and knocked out of bounds. Shot clock at 7.
Now here's your screen and roll right here. See, Garrett steps up, but Mitchell steps up also. Well, if you are going to trap, then you need the baseline rotation. You cannot come from the top in that situation.
Jackson, shot clock at 5. O'Neal came out to meet him.
See, at the University of Minnesota, and at junior college and at high school in North Carolina?
3 years of junior college.
Bobby Jackson could get in the lane and shoot that raindrop over a lot of people. Now, tonight he's getting in the lane, he's shooting the ball, and he's hitting Shaq in the chest. All right. It's the third one. He shot the ball into Shaq, okay?
Bobby Jackson, a lifeguard back in high school as he grew up in South Carolina.
Are you reaching? A lifeguard.
Well, I was going to finish. He plays high school basketball, goes to work for a year to help the family, then goes to junior college for 3 years, recruited by Clem Haskins at Minnesota, and he was a part of the greatest University of Minnesota team of all time that went to the Final Four back in '97.
And he was spectacular. He had a great run as a player.
He ruined my lifeguard line. I had a great line. It's gone now. It's all
Every
gone.
guy on this couch right now said lifeguard. Are we reaching here or what? Man, I give him a clap on that. That was right on the money.
8:23 to play in the third. Bryant for two at the other end. Pace is back and forth. 58-51, Lakers by 7.
Minnesota hanging tough, though. They're hanging right in there.
Mitchell. Rebound by Garrett. Around O'Neal. How about that?
Oh, you have to love it. See, with Garrett, Garnett, and then when you put Smith in the mix here, you can see how they get 20 offensive rebounds some nights. They're long and quick.
Jackson stuck right with Harper, would not relent. That forces the shot to be missed. Jackson the other way.
Nice move, nice screen. You got to make those.
Yeah,
you got to make those.
Kevin Garnett rejected by O'Neal. And a loose ball foul called inside.
So when you get the easy ones, when you think tonight, Kevin, in the paint, how many great open looks Minnesota has had. Now, as long as they keep pushing, they're only down 5, continue to get that side screen and roll because you're getting into the paint.
7.5 to play in the third quarter. Lakers have led by as many as 8, up now by 5. Harper with an open lane, out to Kobe, dancing on Sealy. Triple team, left-handed, can't hit the shot.
Oh, here you go, 3 on 2. Let's see what happens.
Sealy to Jackson, good fake. Bryant flies by, but Bobby can't convert. There's Garnett. Oh my goodness, what a pass by Garnett.
That was sensational. That was really a sensational pass. And unfortunately, they didn't get the three-point play, meaning the dunk with a foul. Just keep an eye on this miss and watch Garnett. As it comes off, watch Garnett go behind his back. See, it's just a no-look back pass, just right on the money.
So here's Sam Mitchell. Garnett, by the way, with 12 rebounds. Mitchell, we talked about, drafted by Houston, waived in camp, CBA for a couple of years, USBL, played overseas in France, and joined the Timberwolves. Went to Indiana for 3 years, where they had some very good teams in Indiana, then back to the Timberwolves.
Every coach who's been associated with him really admires him as a young man, and that's the old story of you are a professional, and guys respect you for that.
Fisher kicks it outside, a 3 by Rice.
In your heart.
Make it 2. Make it a 2 by Rice.
In your heart.
What a stroke.
Yeah.
What a stroke.
When he's on his game, he's just beautiful to watch. Many will argue that he is the purest shooter in the league. There are a lot of other guys who will also put Reggie Miller in there and a few other people. They catch him on the moving screen.
Garnett picks up his third. Timeout taken.
You know, the most amazing things happen to me every time I begin to read. I can fly among the moon and stars, or I can visit lands both near and far. I've always liked a good mystery, but there are so many things that interest me. And my favorite thing is when it ends, another book starts it all again.
With QuadraDrive, the only four-wheel drive system that operates at maximum capability all the time, it's no wonder the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee is one of the safest ways to cross treacherous terrain. The all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most capable sport utility ever.
and Peterson's 4-Wheel and Off-Road Magazine's 4x4 of the Year.
The biggest websites, from Amazon.com to Yahoo. And the biggest companies, from British Airways to General Motors, use Oracle for e-business. Do you? The internet is revolutionizing business. From egghead.com to eBay. From E-Trade to Excite. The companies that know the internet best use Oracle for e-business. Do you?
The NBA on TNT. Brought to you by the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most capable sport utility ever. Jeep, there's only one. And by Oracle Applications. Better information for better decision-making.
Coming up Sunday on NBC, NBA action continues starting at 2:30 with Showtime. Then it's the Knicks at the Nets or the Rockets against the Jazz, followed by the rejuvenated Sonics against the Lakers this Sunday on NBC. With Vin Baker back, the Sonics are catching fire. They're now 17-17.
The Sonics, up until now, have been a disappointing team. Now, people say, well, it's the problems of Vin Baker, was playing poorly, then was injured, he is out. And then the up and down play of two guys who they brought there who they thought would give them a great infusion. And that's Polynice at the center position and Billy Owens. Now, those three guys, if they will start playing down the stretch here, that's a team which is loaded with quality players.
Peyton is such a tough matchup, isn't he?
He's having a great year. He's really having a great year.
Timberwolves have not hit a 3. Lakers have hit 5. Yet Minnesota is down by just 6 points.
Hanging right in there.
6.5 in the third. Bryant tried to exploit Robinson. Lost it. Back up and down he goes. One. Perseverance by Kobe Bryant.
Great move by Kobe. A terrific strip by Robinson. And unfortunately, everyone else froze that they didn't get to that loose ball. It's the first time they've run a high split.
Switch on defense. Rodman now on Mitchell. Rice is guarding Garnett. Outside, O'Neal watches Garrett miss, and the rebound by Dennis Rodman. That's his 8th rebound. Alley-oop inside for Shaq, and he can't get it to work. Rebounded by Mitchell.
That was really a beautiful pass when you think that the ball was thrown in such an awkward way, in an awkward position.
And over 2 defenders.
Yes, right on the money.
Very congested inside. Garnett and Rodman, we've seen this dance all night long, and a foul called on Rodman with the knee, his 3rd.
I would like to see Garnett get more active going to the basket, because for me, this is the first time I've seen him now in a month, and he's only getting to the line 4 foul shot attempts a night. This is when he will make an explosion in his scoring if he can get that up to 8 or 9 attempts.
Problem is, when he gets to the line, he's not shooting all that well.
Yeah, well, you know, the old story is because you don't get there enough.
Pickpocketed by Fisher, then goes flying out of bounds. Fisher was complaining about his minutes, but Harper has come in, kind of surprised some people. Harper, I guess, initially was going to come off the bench and always relieve Fisher, but it's now the other way around.
Oh, Harper would have been happy doing that. I mean, come on, Harper's older than you and I together, okay? Well, Harp's been in this league forever. Come on, okay? But, you know, Harp, all he was looking for was about 20 minutes, all right? All of a sudden, the guy's getting 35 minutes some nights.
And breathing heavy.
Yeah, and doing a terrific job, by the way. Really doing an excellent job.
Illegal defense. Fisher was kind of bouncing back and forth from the perimeter down low to try to double Garnett.
Fisher the other night did not play against Utah because of tendonitis in the knee and a lot of pain. Tyrone Lue came in and did such a great job. Fisher recovered immediately within 24 hours and played the next night in Sacramento.
No Wally Pipp here.
Yeah, no. We're not going to let that happen.
No. Double Garnett dancing and shimmies inside. Rebound by Rodman. Picked up by Garrett. It was good hustle as Mitchell reloads to Sealy.
That's a foul by Fisher on the shot. He ran right into Sealy. You know, when you get that angle, when Kevin Garnett takes that angle, that's always such an easy shot if you bank it in. Put the ball at the angle into the box above the rim and let it work for you.
Malik Sealy played at St. John's. His dad, a former bodyguard for Muhammad Ali. And Sealy, one of the great attributes he had is his length. Very long arms, long legs.
Well, Malik was an outstanding player at St. John's and one of the truly all-time great scorers in the Big East when the Big East was hot. He was there when the league was loaded with great teams and great players.
Syracuse team was so good.
Oh, Georgetown.
Yeah. That's right.
We're just only scraping the field. Providence wasn't bad either at that time. A few others.
Look at the Final Four with the young point guard named Donovan. Here comes Bryant. He'll think about three. He'll launch a three. The rebound inside collected by Dean Garrett.
Minnesota doing an excellent job in holding the Lakers to one shot.
Robinson, when he gets on, he can be as hot as any gun in the West.
Well, they needed that.
First three-point shot they've hit tonight. Three-point game as Rice was taking it inside.
See what happens to this Laker team is they play to the level of the competition. See, that's an excuse that everyone uses. Well, tonight they look at Minnesota without two starters and then without Peeler, if you want to call it three starters. We're going to outscore these guys tonight. And that's what happens to them a lot of nights, because at home the Lakers are only 13-6. And the real good teams out here in the West, like Portland and the Utah Jazz, have only lost 1 and 2 games at home. You cannot lose to bad teams. You say, wow, Minnesota's got a great record. Well, except they're missing so many guys tonight. You're not going to come in here and just outshoot them.
They've got the talent. I guess the question is, does Los Angeles have the heart?
They need really to become so much tougher defensively. And we're talking by that night in and night out.
Garnett over Robert Horry, who's very long. Rebounded by Robert. Outlet caught by Bryant. Rice was at the other end. Robinson is on Bryant. And here comes Fisher trying to fire a pass inside. Knocked away by Minnesota with the shot clock at 16.
Now that the Lakers have settled on their second unit, Fisher at the point with Fox at either as a guard or a forward, Horry and Robert Reed, they're getting better production from their bench people in the last 4 games.
Fox is in with Horry, Kobe Bryant. Here comes Shaq, quickly doubled on the left block. We've seen it all night long. And Fisher manning the point, the fake on Robinson, and the drive inside.
Beautiful ball fake by Fisher. On the catch, good ball fake. You always tell guys when you're rotating out, do not go for the ball fake. Run right into the chest of the player, because when you go for the ball fake, they dribble by you and you break the defense down.
There's a foul, and Robert Horry is called as he was guarding Garnett on the perimeter. That's his second on Robert Horry, who began the season with an irregular heartbeat, missed about 7 games, and there was some genuine concern on the part of the medical staff here with the Lakers.
Oh, absolutely. Plus, I hear all the booing. That's not booing. That's for Lou. He's coming in.
It's a Lou.
I'm telling you, the other night he came off the injured list. He played in his second game for the Lakers, double figures. He had such a wonderful game with the assists, and he made magnificent passes under pressure.
Really gave him a jolt.
Oh, he sure did. From top of the circle to top of the circle with the basketball, there are very few guys in this league who are quicker than this young man. You have to guard him because he can score. Because at Nebraska, he went over 37 times as a point guard.
Here comes Kobe Bryant. Dennis Scott is in for the Timberwolves with Garnett and Garrett, who now guards by himself on the right block. O'Neal, and a little shove there by Dean Garrett. Foul. Garrett wanted us to tell his father in San Antonio hello. Robert, who has been such a part of Dean's life. Dean played on that '87 national championship team at Indiana, went overseas for 7 years. People thought he was off the face of the earth. Comebacks with the Timberwolves a couple of years ago, was the oldest rookie in the league at 29 years of age.
Did an excellent job in Minnesota, a very credible job with Denver, and now he's back in Minnesota. And to me, this is where he belongs, because he's a very good complement to Garnett and Smith, and to the type of team that they're putting together here right now.
Rodman is on the bench. Lou is at the point. Fox is in the game during Bryant, Horry, and O'Neal. In the final 3.5 of this third quarter. Full court pressure. And Lou can execute.
Well, right now, the Lakers, you got to look out now. Anytime you get pressed like that, take it up the side, get it into the middle, and break the trap down.
Robinson off balance. Defended by Lou in a air ball.
The other night against Utah, this young man really had the people roaring. For 3.5 quarters, the game was exciting.
Fox to Shaq. Inside over Garrett. Tapped around. Lou had it go off his face and out of bounds and off Los Angeles.
Good hustle that time by James Robinson. He made the hit. Ricocheted the ball right off of Lou's face.
Timeout with about 3 minutes to play in this third quarter. Lakers 67-61.
36 Hours to Die, Sunday night at 8 on TNT.
Introducing the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee, engineered with QuadriDrive, the only system that operates at maximum capability all the time. Another first from Jeep.
It's broken.
How'd you get here?
The all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most capable sport utility ever. And 4-Wheeler Magazine's 4-Wheeler of the Year.
If you've ever struggled with a handheld trimmer,
by now you've probably heard all about the DR trimmer mower. The original trimmer on wheels, invented in Vermont, that's changed the way a lot of folks do their trimming. But what you may not know is that right now you can get any DR model at pre-season direct from factory savings. You get trained, factory direct service, factory direct parts, and a bunch of nice folks who you can call toll-free any day of the week. You can get all this plus a great selection of DR models, from the low-price Sprint to the overhead valve Pro. So why struggle with a handheld trimmer, or any other trimmer for that matter? Give us a call.
call toll-free 1-800-782-2332 for your big color catalog all about the DR trimmer on wheels plus factory direct savings now in effect. That's 1-800-782-2332 for free DR details.
We'd like to show you a good ball rotation. The Lakers have the basketball here. It's going to go into Shaq. Right away, Garnett will come down and double team. But look over here on the ball reversal as the ball comes over to Fisher. Now you're going to see they're going to kick out to Bryant. Bryant heads up, revert. Now watch the ball fake. See, there it is. Oh, that's beautiful basketball. Because now as you break that defense down and get inside, anything can happen.
Timberwolves get it. They're shooting 37%. Lakers shooting 49%. Here comes Robinson to Scott. And now to Tom Hammonds, who's pushed outside by Morey. And Hammonds will plow his way inside. They track.
If we go back to the first quarter when Minnesota looked so good, anytime the ball was on one side of the floor, they had the cutters continually coming from the opposite wing down into the lane. They got to get back to that, Kevin.
Give some options to the guy with the ball. Morey throws to Shaq. Quick spin, even when he bobbled the ball.
Yeah, well, you know, he's murdered down inside because it's just such a beautiful move. It's not a sky hook, but he gets into a nice groove.
Foul called on Lou. And if people think that's natural, they're only partly right, because that is hours and hours of practice perfecting that shot. His look at the basket was less than a second.
Yep. But see, once again, he pins Garrett down in that restricted area. You're only 3 feet from the hoop.
Here's James Robinson at the free throw line. Initially signed a 10-day contract that expired Sunday. A couple days went past. He just signed his second 10-day contract. He's been bothered by some back spasms, but here he is. He one time, I saw him in Cleveland, get 23 points in 1 quarter. That's how hot he can get when he's up. And out of bounds he goes, tumbling.
Yeah, he caught his back on that chair.
Yeah, he did. And that, I just told you about the back spasms and the bad lower back problems he's had.
Right. Now, he just gave a great effort over to that ball, because as it ricocheted off the miss, he catches his back on the chair.
That is not a nurse there. That's
maybe in a few movies.
This guy again.
We're going to give you this run. Now keep an eye on him as he tries to save the ball. It's not here. He's up in the air and he catches You're going to see it right there. Unfortunately, the fellow who was supposed to be sitting in that chair to catch Hollywood Robinson, okay, did a very lousy job by evacuating the chair.
He was a coward, is what you're saying.
Right. You see, and he catches that chair right there, right in the back.
Metal pipe.
Yep.
Well, he's known here in Los Angeles. He played for the Clippers for almost 2 seasons.
Go easy. We're going to put it in play
Chris
here.
Palmer takes him off. And here is just another in many an injury name on the list for the Timberwolves. They are bitten. I mean, they are just bitten by the injury bug this year, probably unlike any other team in the league.
And the sad thing about it is he was moving the team around. He's not known as a point guard. And he was backing up Bobby Jackson here, taking a little pressure off of Jackson, giving him a chance to rest. And unfortunately for him, boom, an injury.
So the only other guard they've got on the roster right now that is healthy is Reggie Jordan, and he hasn't even played tonight. Lou, ball rotation, Ori to Fox for 2. A great move by the Lakers.
Yeah, see, the Lakers are capable because they are a team that are right up there in the top 5 teams for assists. So they will make the passes in games like this. Unfortunately, what you got to get them to do is to make the passes in the big games in the last 3 minutes for the extra movement.
So Curley is in the middle. Here comes Mitchell. Kobe is on him. Garnett is on the bench. Hammond's inside. Nice move inside to Ori.
Yeah, pretty move that time by Tommy Hammonds. He got down inside. Ori's all upset right now because he thought he was cleared out. Let's keep an eye on the left forearm of Hammonds as he comes right down inside. See, Ori thought that he cleared him away in the chest. Now, the reason why that's big, Ori is an outstanding shot blocker and is one of the top shot blockers for this Laker team.
We talked to you about the lack of guards on Minnesota. Here's another name they're missing this year, Terry Porter, who's now with Miami.
Well, you want everyone, don't you? Huh? I mean, come on. You had a chance to re-sign the guy. They had a chance to re-sign the guy.
Look at Lou.
Yeah, I mean,
slammed in by Shaq.
Oh, now you know.
Wipe it away.
Yeah, they wiped it away. Now Lou's going to say that was a pass.
Yeah.
Everyone in the building knew it was a shot. Okay. Yeah. Now just keep an eye on this. Now that is a definite shot, but the big fella was right above the rim taking that one down.
Well, look good.
No, it did. But how easy did he just blow by everyone?
Good inbound by Curley. Here comes Hammonds. Dennis got for 3. The second tonight for Minnesota.
Here they come. They're right back in this thing.
Down by 4. Fox. Lou, 6-0 run by Minnesota. Kobe Bryant and a whistle inside, away from the ball. Dennis Scott was called with a hold. His first.
Well, we know that Dennis is not exactly what we would refer to as quick. But, you know, when you have Dennis, you know, 1 year in this league, he made 267 threes. And now that's still a record. Now, he did that when he was performing for Orlando. You know, this guy has a good post-up game. Orlando used to take advantage of that fact. And, you know, the teams that get him, you know, they don't run him down inside. They just get him out coming off the screens, looking for him to knock in that 3. But he's got a nice game down in there with his back to the basket.
One-time college player of the year at Georgia Tech, and he's playing around. He's been in Orlando, Dallas, Phoenix, the Knicks. Waived by New York earlier this year when Peeler went down for Minnesota. The Timberwolves signed him. Plus, Minnesota is the worst three-point shooting team in the NBA. They needed his shot.
Well, you know, they only take 7 a game, and we know they only make 2, but it's not part of their arsenal. Nah, there you go.
Trying to find his rhythm. He's got 7. 4-point game, a remarkable game for Minnesota. They've looked anything but close to the Lakers. Offensive foul called on Los Angeles. The first is assessed Rick Fox.
Well, you have to call it because you've been calling it all night on Minnesota.
Right.
So, you know, it's nice that they did give it to them at this time. Now, if they get any kind of a basket right now with Shaq out of there, they have to say to themselves, look, we're going to take it strong to the rim.
J.R. Reed has taken the place of O'Neal with Fox, Bryant, Lou, and Ori. By the way, Shaq has not committed 1 foul tonight. And over the last couple of weeks, he has been in foul trouble often.
He's been playing against some teams that have some powerful people down. Oh, good hustle by Curley. Good hustle.
Billy Curley comes up with a nice play. Kid who grew up in the Boston area, admiring the Boston Celtics. And here's Curley, who's had a litany of injuries. Can't convert. Fighting inside still. Off the hand of Reed. It's Minnesota's ball.
I like the fact that Curley was in that jersey trade.
And then
when he cleared waivers, that he was re-signed on St. Patrick's Day. Yeah. I mean, come on. If you were going to re-sign anyone on St. Patrick's Day, Curley was the guy that's re-signed, okay?
Traded 4 times, and he's been a part of 5 teams in 5 years.
Yeah, but we know, Kevin, that basically it's all because of injuries, all right? And everyone's hoping that he would get better on their watch.
Shot clock off. Outside for 3. The miss by Scott. Mitchell, good if it goes. And at the end of 3, the Lakers barely breathing. Leading 73-69 over Minnesota. Shooting 50%. Fourth quarter on deck.
Hey, Budman. Follow us. Come on.
Like I'm gonna fall for that old trick.
Not so good.
All 4 barricades, huh?
Dylan's falling for his new neighbor.
I'm over in 10 if you ever need anything. Milk, flour, husband.
But to win her heart, he'll have to woo her dog.
Now do me.
David Spade, Lost and Found. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, April 23rd.
Stuck with a flat tire? Not with this tire. Even with no air pressure, you drive to safety. Aquasteel Run Flat. Don't get stuck. Get there.
Good year, good year.
Who can solve this? Mr. Montez.
Last Saturday in the Army Reserve, I linked up 40 tanks, 60 Humvees, and 7,000 troops. On Monday, class was no sweat.
Not bad, Mr. Montez.
As little as 1 weekend a month, 2 weeks a year. Army Reserve.
Slam dunk. What a Nestle Crunch. I can do that.
Grant, look what I got.
It's crunch time. Give me that crunch bar.
I knew you could do it.
Nah, you didn't think I could do it.
Yeah, I did.
Do I like to shop?
Oh, yes.
How you doing? Franks and beans? Aisle 5. Beans and Franks? Aisle 7.
Hi. Hi.
Fat free. Nothing but carb. Check this out.
You're our 1 millionth shopper.
Right now, use your card at supermarkets and get double membership rewards points.
I love this card.
Well, here's Dick Bavetta, arguably one of the best referees in the NBA, a longtime guy. His brother used to ref in the league. And here is a scene from March 30th when he took a forearm from Jalen Rose across the bridge of his nose. He broke it. And so tonight was the first time you'd seen him since that Indiana-New York game.
Oh, well, he's a character. Here we are right here. See, Bavetta is the kissiest guy that we have in America. Okay? And yeah, who is this guy? A masked man coming from the other sidelines. Everyone is giving Dick a lot of heat.
He may be the best ambassador for the game. He's wonderful to the fans, the players. One of the great characters in the NBA and a terrific ref.
Well, it took him a long time to work his way in and to get up there. And he appreciates everything about being an NBA referee.
Garnett misses his 7th consecutive shot. His last field goal came in the second quarter with 6 minutes remaining. So he is at a drought. Rice outside puts in a 2.
Now he just wore Scott out on foot movement by just giving him jab, step, step back, jab, step, step back until he finally got him back on his heels.
Teron Lue stays in the game, the rookie from the Bulls.
Got away with a carry.
Garnett to Hammonds, plowing inside into Reed, who backs away wisely, and Hammonds controls him.
I tell you, you should look at Tommy a little bit more because right now he's playing with confidence. And if he can get the double team, you got Scott in there right now, might open up the 3 for you.
Hammonds has 12. Here comes Rice.
Oh, nice.
Knocked away. Scott was there. It was intended for Fox, and here comes Minnesota, the 16th Laker turnover. They're going to Hammonds. Again, over Reed. Rebounded by Fox. comes Lou. Shaq is on the bench. Rodman has spent a lot of time on the bench in the second half. J.R. Reed. Rebound is lassoed by Garnett. 13 rebounds by Kevin.
Somebody's open here.
It's Mitchell. Now they got Ori instead of Reed on Hammonds. Same result. Same result.
Tommy's moving nicely. He's playing with a lot of confidence, and he brought out a great point earlier. In the last 2 to 3 weeks, he's been on fire.
Playing very well. Best guy off the bench. With Smith gone with the injury, Hammonds has begun to emerge. Hammonds is 5 of 8. Fox for 3. It's a 2-point game. Minnesota can take a lead or tie on this possession.
We're going to have guys go in the locker room tonight with pneumonia. All right, from so many misses here tonight.
Very drafty. Very drafty. Here comes Hammonds to tie. Good defense by Ori. Out of bounds. Lakers get it.
Jay Hyman said, you know, it's my fault. He kind of thought that he was fouled on that shot, but they didn't get the call.
The disabled Hollywood Robinson. His team down by just 2.
Watch an all-star tribute to Johnny Cash, Sunday, April 18th at 8 on TNT.
One of the most award-winning names in history can be seen performing here. The Chrysler and Plymouth minivans, America's most award-winning minivans. Chrysler, we made the minivan what it is today. Now get $1,000 cash allowance or 1.9% APR on any Chrysler minivan.
If you've ever struggled with a handheld trimmer,
by now you've probably heard all about the DR trimmer mower. The original trimmer on wheels, invented in Vermont, that's changed the way a lot of folks do their trimming. But what you may not know is that right now you can get any DR model at pre-season direct from factory savings. You get trained, factory direct service, factory direct parts, and a bunch of nice folks who you can call toll-free any day of the week. You can get all this plus a great selection of DR models, from the low-price Sprint to the overhead valve Pro. So why struggle with a handheld trimmer, or any other trimmer for that matter? Give us a call.
Call toll-free 1-800-782-2332 for your big color catalog all about the DR trimmer on wheels plus factory direct savings now in effect. That's 1-800-782-2332 for free DR details.
Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. Seattle made the short trip to Vancouver. It's going to be a long trip back. The Grizzlies have beaten the Sonics. Late in the game, protecting a 2-point lead, Terry DeHare cans the long 3 for a 5-point advantage, and the Grizz beat them 98-93, snapping a 5-game losing streak. They had lost 23 of 25 coming in. The Sonics fall to 17-18, guys.
Well, Mike Bibby is on that Vancouver team, but Sharif Abdur-Rahim is one of those bright young guys.
And that team has had such a tough year because Big Country Reeves comes to camp, a guy you gave a long-term contract for $10 million a year, comes to camp 40 pounds overweight. It was nothing but a major disadvantage to the team. Then he gets hurt, and now he's out for the rest of the season. The team has struggled, and they've been in a lot of close games. It's so many young players on the team. It's very disheartening to be in a. I'm glad they got a good win against a good team.
But they tied up the young players for a long time. That team's going to be together for a while. Shaq inside, and a foul called on Tom Hammonds.
Well, you have to go to Shaq. There's no way that Tommy Hammonds can guard Shaq. He's got to use his forearm on him instead of his hands. You put your hands in the back of an offensive player down low, they're going to call the foul every time.
Little two-man game, Rice and Shaq on the block, rejected by Garnett. Another foul on Minnesota.
See, there's nothing that Hammonds can do, because if they allow Shaq to back him down and then get into his chest before he elevates, hey, all Hammonds can do is let him do it.
Shaquille O'Neal not chosen as of yet for the Olympic team in 2000. Surprise?
Well, no, because he's not. What they do is they have this team which is going to go this summer to San Juan to try to qualify for the Olympics. And you know yourself, they have to come in either first or second. So they have committed 9 outstanding young players to represent the United States, Garnett being one of them.
O'Neal hits a free throw. Shaq tonight with 21 points, 12 rebounds.
Minnesota just has to take care of the basketball. They did a great job in the first half with only 3 turnovers.
Hammonds, yes, outside this time, bringing out O'Neal.
Tommy says, hey, where's Bobby Cremins? That's how I used to play for the Kremster at Georgia Tech. Come on.
They retired his uniform, number 20 at Georgia Tech. One of the great players in the history of that basketball program. Now paying dividends for the Wolves. Hammonds here, doubling with Garnett on O'Neal.
Oh, with the hook. Oh, what a tough break. What a tough break.
78-75 Lakers. Tom Hammonds has scored all of Minnesota's points this fourth quarter. Jackson flies off to Hammonds. Whoa, he's hot again.
Hammonds is hot. If Garnett can just get it going here right now in this last, say, 6 to 7 minutes to the wire, that will really help the situation.
Rice for 3. Rebound, Ori again.
Ori's done a terrific job.
Got a good find in Fox, who had a clear shot. Wolves have numbers. Jackson to Scott for 3. Oh, short again. His shot looks horrible.
That was not. He had an excellent look because he was right in line with us, right to the basket. That one was a no-go from the time it left his hand.
Timberwolves came into tonight having lost 2 consecutive games. Lakers lost early in the week to Utah, then won at Sacramento. Here they stand now. The Sonics come in town Sunday night here. Lou and Jackson. Lou with the flying shot. Garnett reels in another rebound. It's it off to Scott. Jackson the drive. And
nice.
By O'Neal.
Yes, continuation. See, that's been there all night long. That's why we kept saying in the first quarter you kept using your side screen and rolls. The Lakers are notorious playing the screen and roll poorly. Now just watch how easy it is to get in the lane. And all he did was use a hesitation move. There is 0 rotation from the opposite side of the floor. That is there for them if they'll just exploit it.
Minnesota's first lead since 3 minutes left in the first quarter.
You're a Laker fan. You're sitting here right now. You can't believe this. You see, you just can't believe it.
Celia foul on Bryant. But this has been typical of the way they've played at home.
Yeah, this is why we keep bringing out the point. They're 13-6 at home. That is a poor record for a team of this type of talent, especially when you look at the teams that they have lost to.
Lakers, in fact, over the last 3 weeks, 3 and 4 at home. What a nice tap in. Ori, and a great feed from Shaquille O'Neal.
See, I can't believe that Ori got to the rim, because the guy that was closest to him should have been fined, because he should have stopped Ori with a forearm about 6 feet before he even elevated.
Hammonds has had a great fourth quarter. Driving by Shaq and fouled inside with the knee and O'Neal.
You sure this isn't Michael Jordan? This guy, are you sure Michael Jordan isn't here wearing Tommy Hammonds' uniform? I mean, every time he gets the ball, I mean, he just makes any kind of a strong move. Something good is happening. He's taking everyone off the dribble, posting up people, making it happen.
Timeout.
Nine programs, $27. 5 hot dogs, 6 pennants, $45. 1 big puffy hand, $6. Their first big league ball game, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard, the card at the heart of Major League Baseball.
It knows 2 speeds. Stop and go. It just beat a series of the toughest stop-and-go driving tests in the world, and it's brand new. Go ahead. Guess. You have 4.3 seconds. Introducing Pennzoil with new Pure Base. Stop. Go. Pennzoil.
Lakers, Blazers, Tuesday night at 8. The NBA's on TNT.
This Sunday night, see a family take on The Mob from the writer of Saving Private Ryan. Watch Treat Williams and Kim Cattrall in the world premiere of the TNT original 36 Hours to Die. Sunday night at 8 o'clock. There's Jack Nicholson. And the beautiful Tyra Banks is here. Who's that group she's with? And there's Diane Cannon. She's always here. And Penny Marshall. She's into the game.
Penny's here a lot. You know, every night that we've been here this year, she's been here.
And Vanessa Williams is here. Laker big lead was 10, 71-61. Wolves on a 19-9 run over the last 7 minutes. Brings us to a tie, the 9th of the game, now at 80.
And all the people that we just had on camera are stunned because they cannot believe the score of this game.
Here comes Scott out to Hammonds. A rare miss by Hammonds, picked up by Rice.
Anytime that Minnesota goes to the screen and roll, takes the ball into the middle of the floor, something nice happens because the movement is there and they're getting high percentage shots.
Kobe Bryant. Over the backboard and out of bounds. Minnesota will inbound.
You cannot get a better type of performance by the home team if you're Minnesota. You were wishing for this type of performance. They're lethargic. All right, they're not knocking down a high percentage shot in the second half. They kept us in the game, and now we have a chance to steal.
Seeley, rebound by O'Neal. Interesting, we have not seen Dennis Rodman hardly at all in the second half.
Well, Horry's been doing an excellent job, not only on defense, but doing a fine job on the glass. Because remember now, when have we seen Garnett even taking any type of shots?
Rice for three. Loose inside, out of bounds, off the Lakers. And Robin didn't look too happy there.
Well, you know, we realize that he's playing almost 30 minutes a game. He's getting right around 12 rebounds. But the thing which is way down is the offensive rebounding, which he's famous for. By that we mean anywhere between 6 and 7 a game for the past 7 years. This year, only 2 offensive rebounds a game since he's been playing with the Lakers.
Garnett over Orr.
That's the guy they need. They need him to get going here to help Hammonds, and it will open things up.
14 points, 14 rebounds for Garnett. 4th foul on Robert Orr. You're right. Garnett abandoned by Gugliotta and Marbury. Injuries all over the place. Everything has fallen on his shoulders. Interestingly, though, a game like this against a good Laker team, Garnett has not been the scorer. On Turner Sports next week, Rockets and Timberwolves, and a great doubleheader on Tuesday. Lakers, Blazers. You'll do that, Hubie, with Dick Stockton. Jazz and Kings. All next week on Turner.
See, the thing that Kevin has got to understand is that when Michael oh, what hustle.
Great save.
Yeah. Well, first of all, Garnett knocked it, the deflection, and then Bobby Jackson did a great job. When Michael Jordan was having a bad shooting night, he didn't stop shooting because he knew that he would eventually get hot. And that's the way Garnett has got to look at this.
Harper knocked it away. Picked up by Kobe Bryant. Jackson got a little bit.
Yeah, he fell asleep at the basketball.
Kobe Bryant inside. No foul.
Yeah, unfortunately, this has happened to Jackson a number of times tonight, okay, where he's dribbling the basketball. He's not going anywhere, and all of a sudden, you have a misuse of the basketball, and it slips away from him, and then the Lakers take it and score at the other end of the floor.
Garnett picks up his 4th foul. Kobe Bryant is at the free throw line. 84%, 13th best in the NBA. Philadelphia beats Boston. As you see other scores, Vancouver over Seattle. New Jersey beat Toronto. What's happened to the Raptors last couple games?
Oh, come on. That's 3 in a row now that they've lost. You know, they're now in the 9th position. Now, what they have to do is maximize their games. Now, give New Jersey a lot of credit. Since the coach has been replaced, Calipari's replaced, the team is now 7 wins and 8 losses, and they do not have Jason Williams, McIlvain, Cycli. Burrell was out. He just came back, and then they lost Murdoch. All of these key guys are out, and the team is playing 7-8. That's a strong statement for the coaching staff and the guys who are there.
John Casey, the interim coach now. Robinson back in after hurting his back. Flies inside, crashing into Rice, and a foul called on Robinson.
Well, you see, Robinson right now is hot because he wants the call because he thinks that the defender was inside of the restricted line. Now, you know, you're going to see it right here. Well, you know, we have a bad angle because we could not see the floor. And for us, it was on the opposite side with all the congestion, so it's hard to call.
Lakers by 1, 4.5 to play. Bryant into O'Neal, quickly doubled on the block, out to Harper. Back to Shaq, staking his claim. Hook shot is away, slammed in by Ori. Where in the world did he come from? Uncovered, untouched, uncontested.
That's why he's in there.
Wow. Yeah. He was hang gliding inside.
Well, you know, he has a lot of talent. Yeah, people kind of forget that he was the starting power forward in Houston at ring time. And then we know he was the starting forward here with the great success of this team last year. 61 wins.
You didn't have to be so nice. I would have liked you anyway. If we drove together once or twice and went upon your quiet way. The next neon, a lot more to love.
To help you remember 10, 10, 3, 4, 5 long distance, we're here with the number 3, 4, and 5 hitters of a very important major league team. Now, I don't know much about baseball, but I do know that with 10, 10, 3, 4, 5, calls are always 10 cents a minute. No minimum talk time and no monthly fee. I don't want to run your gig, but I don't hit. Oh, well, stick with it. Maybe someday you will. Dial 10, 10, 3, 4, 5, the simple way to save on long distance.
There's a lot more to working in AutoZone than looking up parts or ringing up sales. And it has to do with taking pride in taking care of customers. Like testing an old part before selling a new one. Or simply having what they need when they need it. In other words, it's about taking care of people who take care of cars. And that's what we do best at AutoZone.
Lakers lead it 83-80, 4:16 fourth quarter. Interesting players in this 20 and 10. No.
Well, you look at that. That's so hard to do in this league. 20 points and 10 rebounds. Shaq and Kevin Garnett are in this game. You have Duncan, McDyess, and Mourning. McDyess is the only guy not on a playoff team. Now, it's easier when you're not on a playoff team. When you're on a playoff team, there are other great players playing with you. And we know that that is a compliment. Now, in tonight's game, we see Garnett struggling, 5 for 19. Shaq right there, you know, economy conscious with the shots, high percentage. The rebounding is a wash, but I like the 3 blocks for Shaq. Okay, that's the part of the game that has to come back.
Robinson, Hammond, Seeley, Mitchell, and Garnett for Minnesota. Approaching 4 to play here in the fourth quarter. Blowing a bubble, Robinson throws a pass down to Hammonds, who flies inside and can't get it to go. Rebound by Harper. Out there at O'Neal, Rice, Ori, who is injured. Hit the ref. Alley-oop for Garnett. Can't get the tap and a foul called on Harper.
Yeah, now right now, Kurt Rambis is very upset, and he's a right to be because the ball was going to. Now Stafford, the referee, is telling Rambis to calm down. Dick Pavetta is over there. See, that ball would have gone either out of bounds or to the Laker. Now keep a look to the left side here right now. And you see the ball was passed. Now that ball could have gone to an offensive player, but it hit Stafford, the referee, who was in the way and ricochets. And look at what it does. It costs you points. Now, does Rambis have a point? Of course, he's got a big point. It's embarrassing for a referee to be in that type of a situation.
Should he have been further up the court?
He should have been off the floor.
2 free throws by Garnett. 1 point Laker lead. Full court pressure.
Yeah, depending upon who was the trail guy, he should have been off the floor or he should have been behind the play if he was going to be on the floor.
Shaq out to Harper for 3. Rebound front court claimed by Sealy. Here comes Minnesota with a chance to take the lead and 3.5 to play. Robinson really is a 2, but they got to put him at the point. Mitchell for the lead. No one inside. Garnett was holding Ori.
Good call, Kevin. And he was holding Ori. See, right now, Garnett is having difficulty getting to the offensive board because Ori is paying great attention. Ori, everyone knows, for a while at Houston, he averaged middle double figures, meaning 14, 15 a game, got you the rebounds, shot threes, was an excellent defender. Put on all that upper body weight through weightlifting, he moved to the power forward position. So, but he still has quick feet and can defend. He's 6'9", long arms. Another guy out of the University of Alabama. University of Alabama has had so many power forwards in this league. It's incredible. It's like Clemson there for a while. All they do is kept turning out big, tall fellows that really could rebound, block shots, defend, do it all.
And why you see the great play of Ori right now, you take a look and there's maybe a disconsolate Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, but that's all right. If you're a team player and you understand tonight's Ori's night, I'm not having a great night. He is having a good night. Hey, it's all about winning.
Garnett gets the rebound. Quick Minnesota timeout.
Right now, I like this. You know, Saunders, if he, now wait now.
Ori is bleeding out of his nose and they stop the play.
I see that. Okay. I didn't see that. I just, you know, they blew the whistle right away. You thought it was a 20-second timeout, and that Flip Saunders wanted to talk to his team, but it was not because of the blood situation.
Ori's had a great quarter. 7 points, 4 rebounds in this fourth. Here's Garnett picked up by Reed. Kevin Garnett with the miss. Rebound brought down nicely inside by Rice. Garnett has missed his last 9 consecutive shots. Rice for 2. Rebound by Mitchell. Wolves can tie right here, down 84-82. Minnesota shooting 37%. I don't think they've cracked 40 all night long. Lakers at 46%. Shot clock at 6. Sealy.
Pretty.
Hammonds over O'Neal.
Oh, yes.
And we're tied at 84.
That was a pretty look by Sealy and a great movement without the ball on the opposite side of the floor by Mitchell. Beautiful pass by Sealy.
10th tie, 2:15 to play. Harper and Robinson. Shaq down low, the quick double by Garnett. 2-man game with Hart. Looking inside, Reed shoved by Sealy, and a foul called on Malik Sealy.
But what they're doing there is anytime that Garnett leaves the double team Shaq, they're sending his man right down to the front of the rim. Now that's smart basketball. Now Minnesota, on their first rotation, it worked, but the second rotation, it opened up.
J.R. Reed seeing little playing time with the Lakers since he came over in that Charlotte trade. Called Dean Smith at North Carolina, his old college coach, and Smith said stay positive. Things will happen here late in the game. He's seeing important minutes against Minnesota.
Well, it's so hard for any player to be a starter like he was in Charlotte, getting major minutes, 34, 35 minutes, be in a trade, and then all of a sudden, oh my. that's hard because that ball came off right by Garnett. Right, and they did not get the ball.
87-84 Lakers. And a steal by Harper. Pickpocketing Robinson. Harper rejected by Robinson.
Great block. Great block by Robinson. Anticipating Harper coming up on the other side.
Watch the steal and the subsequent defense by Hollywood Robinson.
Yeah, you see, it's tough when you turn your back against a good defender. Hart being on the all-defensive team twice when he played with Dallas. Now watch him lay this up underneath, but Robinson anticipated.
So the Lakers inbound, shot clock at 18. Lakers only 4 of 16 shooting in this quarter. O'Neal with the rare shot off the left block, and he hit it.
That's one of the very few times tonight, Kevin, that he has turned to the baseline to look for that shot, and it's been there all night. He's been going into the lane.
Lakers build their lead to 5. Timeout.
In the language of betrayal.
Why am I taking these chances?
This means I love you.
Hi, Ben.
This means it's over. This means we're rich.
For $9.
I can't believe we're actually doing this. Jake and Peggy were having an affair.
I want you to kill my wife.
And this means goodbye.
One bike, 2 bodies.
One's regular, one's extra crispy.
Goodbye, Lover. Rated R. Starts Friday, April 16th at a theater near you.
Fortunately, there's Nasonex nasal spray, an effective nasal allergy prescription medicine taken once a day to relieve nasal allergy symptoms, indoors and out. Now that's wonderful. The most common side effects were headache, viral infection, sore throat, nosebleeds, and coughing.
The NBA on TNT, brought to you by Brewery Fresh Budweiser, the official beer sponsor of the NBA. By Chrysler, built on the belief that while all cars appeal to our practical side, the great ones appeal to our more passionate side. By the more than 2,700 AutoZone stores across America. AutoZone, the best parts in auto parts. And by 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
We're in Los Angeles, where the Lakers lead at 89-84 with 1:37 to play. Minnesota has played well, and here you see the timeout situation. Neither team with the foul to give. Lakers with that 20. So take us inside these huddles. What has Flip Saunders told his Minnesota team?
Well, right now, you just stay within your offense. You know, you're just down 2 possessions because you know you can make a 2 and make a 3. The big thing for them right now is to get a high percentage shot, and if they don't have that, take it strong to the basket and try to get on the foul line.
And L.A.?
Yeah, they need, well, right now, L.A., you know, they want a good stop right now. And then at the other end of the floor, they'll play through Shaq.
Mitchell, Garnett with the screen. Robinson on the perimeter. Sealy with the shot. And 3, good! 89-87. Lakers lead cut down to 2.
Now, Sealy is not known as a three-point shooter, okay? I mean, you and I both know that. But you know when you hang in tough, these things happen.
What a pass by Shaquille O'Neal into Robert Horry. The double team is there, and he recognized it and plops it back into the uncovered Horry.
Well, you know, it's the old story that when a man leaves you to double team the post guy, you cut right down the middle, and you're going to be wide open.
Robinson for 3.
That's way off.
And it whistles out of bounds.
See, that's a tough situation right now, but you're only down 4. You have plenty of time. You have 1 minute and 2 seconds. Just hang in there. Good defense. No bad fouls.
Full court pressure. Here's Bryant. Good pass down court, breaking the pressure. Rice slashing inside, held by Sealy and foul.
When Glenn Rice is down the floor and Shaq is down the floor, you know that there are 2 guys that must be guarded at this time, okay? I mean, you cannot allow those 2 guys to be down the floor with no one guarding the guy. Now, we brought out the point. This guy is a 81% shooter throughout his career and just has a gorgeous touch.
Inside the NBA is the 3rd consecutive free throw is put in by Rice. Inside the NBA coming up next, a busy night in the NBA. Ernie Johnson and Kenny the Jet Smith will take you through all the games, all the highlights, and all the numbers. Rice again. 93-87 Lakers. Every time Minnesota creeps close, LA bolts ahead.
Well, and that's why they have that talent. This cuts Minnesota to one timeout remaining.
Tuesday night, it's a Western Conference doubleheader. Jazz Kings at 10:30. But first, Pacific Division rivals battle for first place. Lakers Blazers, Tuesday night at 8. The NBA's on TNT. Turn it on.
First, there was Chevy Suburban. Then came Lincoln, Lexus, Mercedes, and the others. And in the end, the one that started it all is still the one that tows the most, holds the most, and does the most. Chevy Suburban, like a rock.
Hi, I'm Shawnee Jebbia, and this month Platinum Presents scores big with Fox Sports Net in Los Angeles. You'll be cheering when we check out the amazing sports coverage and original programming that Fox Sports Net has to offer. We'll spend some time in the newsroom with Keith Olbermann and Kevin Frazier, two of the anchors from Fox Sports News. And we'll look at the great movies and sports action available with Total Choice Platinum, Gold, and Silver. This month, Platinum Presents is sure to be a home run, so tune to Channel 267.
Now, Bryant has the basketball right here. He's going to pass the ball into Shaq. Now, here comes Garnett for the double team. His man right here, Ori, is coming down. Watch this guy here fall asleep, all right? Because he's supposed to pick this guy up on a rotation. Watch it right there. Oh, I see you. It's too late. And Ori has been doing an excellent job in this quarter.
Guy who fell asleep was Sam Mitchell, a veteran who usually doesn't let things like that slip by.
Yeah, you could say to yourself, well, I'm worried about the three. No, don't tell me you're worried about the three-point shooter. All right, the main guy is you cannot give up a layup in this situation. Big thing right now, you do not need a three. If you get a three, great. But if you score quickly and get it off within 7 seconds and score, you'd still be in good shape with 50 seconds to go here.
Seeley, Hammonds, Mitchell, Robinson, Garnett. Off to Mitchell, picked up by Bryant out there with Ori, Harper, O'Neal, and Rice. Kevin Garnett for three. Rebounded by Shaq, off to Ori, and through the hands of Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, that was a Clemens fastball on opening day. That was probably as hard as Clemens' first pitch as a Yankee. Okay.
Robinson through traffic. Outside, Hammonds for two. Rebound Hammonds. Again in front. This time he nails it.
Now, okay, you know you got 37 seconds to go here right now. If they take the ball up the floor and throw the ball to Shaq, you got to go for the foul.
Putting him on the line, which Kurt Rambis has elected not to do, taking him out of late game situations over the last 10 days.
Well, not only did they take Shaq out, everybody's making a big deal about Shaq, but they also take Rodman out. Now, they did that for 3 games with no success because it put pressure on you to execute with your small team. And they didn't execute. They shot and missed. The opposition kept their big guys in, got the basketball, and then had a chance to win at the other end. So that's just bad basketball strategy. Go back over the 3 rings in Chicago. You never saw Rodman being taken out of the game at that time because you're giving away your 2 best rebounders. More important, your 2 best offensive rebounders.
Rambis admitted he made a mistake.
Yes, he did. But unfortunately, you embarrass your star player, and they're doing it again right now, and they're taking out your star player, and you have to understand, he rebelled about it after 3 games of it happening because you're saying, why are you taking me out? I'm the guy. I know that if I get fouled, but how about when they double team you and throw the ball out, and we throw the ball back to me and on the dotted line and let me dunk you and the coach and everybody else in the basket.
Robinson inside. Rebound by Bryant.
Yeah, Robinson thought he was fouled. That's it right there. That was lights out.
Foul called on Garnett. Well, I watched O'Neal's expression as he walked to the bench. He was not happy about being taken out now.
Well, come on, he came out, and he said something to Kurt Rambis. He did not allow his feelings to be, felt through the media, and that's how you would like it. But it did get out of the locker room, and why you know, you can go back through the history of the game. There have been a lot of big men who did not shoot fouls. Now, you know what happened? We did the game here against Sacramento. This is the situation. They take Shaq out of the game. You know what was interesting? Sacramento allowed their guy to stay in the game, Webber. Webber is a worse foul shooter career and a lower foul shooter than Shaq. And yet they kept Webber in the game, allowed Webber to rebound the key ball, call timeout, take it on the side, and they win the game with the last shot. So you see, you know, that's fine if you're going to execute and win the game with your small team.
But keep your money guy in the game.
Well, that's why coaching is such a difficult situation, because there's always two ways to doing everything. When you do it and it works, you look great, but when it doesn't, you open yourself up to being hammered in the media.
Eddie Murphy.
Hey, boss, he ain't working.
And Martin Lawrence.
I don't like it when my food touches this.
Are making friends.
Your hands nice and supple, like a lady.
Making trouble.
You trying to take my cornbread, there's gonna be consequences and repercussions.
And breaking all the rules.
That's the warden style.
Show me that grand boy.
Life. Rated R. Starts Friday, April 16th at theaters everywhere.
Western Conference as it stands, should the Lakers win, they'll have their 25th victory, and Minnesota will drop to 20-16.
Now let's go down to Seattle. Seattle lost, so they have 19 losses. Phoenix lost, they have 20 losses. Sacramento in losses is now tied with Phoenix. And you look at Sacramento, they have at least 6 more home games than road games to make up, so they really have a legit chance here. Now the schedule on the road is tougher for Golden State to make it. It favors a Sacramento. If they play to their utmost potential, they could sneak in here.
It's tight. 12 games left in the regular season after tonight.
12 for the Lakers. And how about out of the 12 for the Lakers, they have to play Portland 4, San Antonio, and Houston. So 6 of the games are very, very tough games.
Mitchell to Robinson. Ori is there. Robinson squeaks through, and Ori blocks the shot. Pretty play.
Were you questioning Kurt Rambis leaving Dennis Rodman on his eye? Ori's saying, I'm taking this as a personal challenge against this guy who's announcing over on the side. No, Ori has had a terrific game.
Best game of the season.
Yes, he has.
Best game of the season.
He's been excellent.
Robinson again. Tangled up inside and off to Reggie Jordan. Lakers win this one, and they go to 25-13. Timberwolves lose their 3rd consecutive game.
But they definitely had a chance to win it, Kevin.
They shot 37%, never cracked 40 the entire night, and their big gun, Kevin Garnett, had a sloppy night shooting.
Yes, he did. He struggled all night long, and it's a credit to the team how hard they played, because they almost got it done in spite of all of that.
Let's quickly go to Cheryl Miller.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. 25 points tonight. A Minnesota team that's been depleted with injuries back to back to back. They came in here and gave you all they had.
They gave us a good game. I think one of the things we were able to do, we came out, we played aggressive on the defensive end, and that's what won the ball game for us.
There's been a log jam, Robert, at the forward spot. It's been tough to find you minutes, but tonight you were solid at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, you know, tonight we know they like to trap off the 4-man, and coach just wanted me to stay in there, give me a little bit more offensive presence, because Dennis usually setting a lot of picks, so, you know, I'm so used to playing the 4, so I just cut to the basket and Shaq found me.
All right, a lot easier to talk without the thing in your nose, right? Let's go back to the table.
All right, for Hubie Brown, Cheryl Miller, Kevin Harlan saying so long from Los Angeles. Final score, Lakers 96, Minnesota 89. Right now, let's go to Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Ernie in our Atlanta studios.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Coming up on Inside the NBA, Kenny and I will take you through a dramatic Friday night. Buzzer beaters in Charlotte and Indiana. Foul line pressure in Salt Lake City with the game on the line. Kenny's going to break down Jason Kidd. on video. And we'll hear from Kevin Garnett. It's all next.